Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the City of Gold, Johannesburg Boxing 5 Promotions Road to Glory. I'm here joined today by Hickey Butler as well. It's going to be a family affair on the bill today, obviously main headlined also by Siamtanda Wapela. Hickey Butler, how are you doing firstly?
I'm doing well. I'm happy to be here with my partner again. It's going to be a good show. Some up-and-coming guys want to make their name and lay their stake. How do you say it? Get their name out there and get up the rankings and fight for titles as well.
Yeah, it is a development tournament, so we're going to be seeing a lot of new names coming through the ranks. And as we said, it's a historic moment. 3 different families fighting in one night. It's beautiful, Hicks.
Yeah, it's the first time I've ever seen anything like it. And like you said, it's guys that are having their first fight, second fight. It's guys that want to get their names out there, be known. And it is a family affair. We're going to love it. It's going to be good boxing.
All right, so we'll have a look at the road to glory, tail of the tape really soon there. And we see in the first bout there, Magabandile Kwaka against Impendulo Imsimanga. And of course, 2 pro debuts to open it up in the flyweight, the mini flyweight division, Hicks, your old division.
Yeah, and it's normally the mini flyweights, though, like I know, we throw punches from round 1 to the last one. So we'll look out for an exciting fight.
All right, and well, without further ado, let's head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse. All right, well, there we have the man standing in the ring there. Let's head over to our ring announcer for today, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you so much, Hayden. Our first fight of the evening is scheduled to take place over 4 rounds in the mini flyweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, let's put our hands together and welcome our first fighter of the night. Fighting out of Orlando, East Soweto, Mpendulo Mpex Simanga.
Well, now we're going to get Impendulo walking to the ring here. Of course, his father, Stephen Nsimanga, a former boxer himself. And he's going to want to fall in his father's footsteps, Hex. Of course, that's a lot of pressure. But, you know, this is the game of boxing where, you know, sons also become boxers.
Yeah, and there's 2 ways normally when a father trains a son as well, where things can go wrong or right. And it doesn't mean that your father was a great that you can be one. It's not always like that. It doesn't always run in the bloodline.
100%. This is a confident young gentleman here, is Impendulo. Obviously, he mentioned in the pre-fight interviews that, you know, he sparred the likes of Bevan Sibanda, he sparred the likes of Kuse, who are 2 top-rated strawweights at the moment.
And what better sparring can you ask for? Definitely. He looks good, he looks sharp. Let's see what he can do in his first fight.
His opponent, fighting out of Alexandra, Johannesburg, Magabandile, Dancing Shoes, Khata.
Well, if his nickname has got anything to do with his fighting style, Dancing Shoes, Magabandile, I mean, that's the man that's going to be walking out to the ring in the short future, just waiting for his entrance music, and then he will be stepping into the squared circle for the first time. Hicks, 2 pro debuts here. Exciting time for their careers, and he's obviously got Tabang Ramakole in his corner as well.
Yeah, and Tabang's father, seen him in the corner there. I boxed him as an amateur with his brother Paul Klopp. Very close, very good people, and a very good trainer, I think. His dad was, let's see how the son turned out. He was a good fighter. Yeah, it's going to be a good crack over for the first fight.
Exciting for the youngster as well. Well kitted out, well sponsored, box fits on his trunks. Let's see how he goes today against Msimanga.
Our officials for this fight, starting with the judges. Judge Linda Klakeni, Judge Mfundo Mvandawa, and Judge Rian Jansa van Rensburg are all ringside. Your referee for this fight is Pumeza Zinakile. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are in the ring. It's time for us to get the show on the road! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, all the way from Orlando, East Soweto in Gauteng, weighing in at 47.10 kgs. He's making his professional debut. He's in the blue and white trunks. Mpendulo Mpex Msimanga! His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 46.7 kgs, making his professional debut tonight. He's in the red and black trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Magabandile, Dancing Shoes, Khaka! Your timekeeper for this fight is Coleman Malefa. Your doctors ringside are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Slepe. Boxers, the ring is yours.
We spoke at the dressing rooms. You obey my commands at all times. When I say break, please break. Shake hands and go back to your corners. Shake hands.
All right, well, there we had the referee instructions there from our referee, Pumeza Zinikile, very experienced referee.
No, probably one of the best top referees in the country. I was looking at her, so concentrating on what you were saying when the camera came shot to us. Good job, I'm ready for an exciting fight.
Call that a surprise shot there that became one. Here we go. Underway, Southpaw versus Orthodox. You can see Impex Msimanga in the Southpaw stance in the blue trunks. He, of course, is trying to follow in his father's footsteps.
Well, so far looks like a good fight. He drops his right hand a bit. He was watch out for the straight right coming from the other side, and he's just changed to orthodox again.
He has just changed to orthodox, and you can see he's a man full of tricks. As we mentioned before, he's got pedigree, but he's also coming up against a man in the form of Magabandile, who's got a good corner with him. The Ramakole family is looking after him.
Yeah, and the Ramakole family are so ingrained in boxing. They know what they're doing. They've been in boxing for years. The whole family's in boxing blood. Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting fight. Two good corners, two good fighters.
Two good fighters indeed. In fact, they look quite seasoned already coming in. I know that Mpendula Msimanga was trained as well at a point in time at the Booysens boxing gym as well, so he's well schooled in terms of what he can do. And you can see that beautiful chopping overhand right there, just falling a little bit short. But you can see the calculation of the way he sets his punches up is top notch.
Yeah, most definitely. If you come out of the Booysens gym, you know what you're doing. Nick Ness is the head coach there. He's probably one of the best amateur coaches in the world, in the country. I'm allowed to say that.
Of course you are. I mean, a former Booysens boxer yourself. But if you look at Msimanga here as well, you can just see last year he competed in the SA Games, fell still short, but I mean, still becoming a bronze medalist. That's an accomplishment as well. You know, he's looking to come good in the pros. Look at the pressure that he's putting on now, feeling the confidence. He's coming forward again. Magabandile is now sitting on the back foot. He's now waiting.
He's starting to do the better work now. And even though he got a bronze medal, he still has that amateur pedigree behind you, which is needed to become a seasoned pro, in my personal opinion.
Nice straight punching from both of these guys. That's what I've noticed straight away. It's your conventional punches, nothing too extreme, nothing too wild. Now they're tying up there, but you can see there the tongue coming out of the mouth there from Msimanga. He's a little bit of a character. Caught him with the left hook there.
He caught it with a good right hand. Another good chopping right hand there.
Yeah, he seems to be going down to the body now as well, and then investing upstairs, sort of setting it up for himself to open up gaps.
The thing about they're both very technical, very school boxers. Normally when it's mini flyweights or junior flyweights, even some flyweights, we go forward and throw punches from round one to the last round. These guys are actually sitting back, trying to counter each other, looking for the openings.
Can't agree with him anymore, but you know, for me so far, Msimanga the much better of the two, especially in the last 2 minutes of this round, sort of opening up the gaps there. I don't fancy that too much though.
So you can't play one shot while you're doing that and you're on your backside.
Right, well, that is round one in the books officially. And we have, this is the pro debuts of both of these boxers here, so a lot of excitement going through the veins here. Anything can happen in this fight. These are two brand new fighters brought to you. Let's have a look at the fight action from that first round, and you'll see there, what a great start from Magabandile, but then as it went on, Mpendula Msimanga sort of looked the more polished boxer out of the two, came in and dominated, landed the cleaner punches, X.
Yeah, he started slower, but in the end, Msimanga took over the round at the end of the, he was landing the cleaner shots like we saw there. And yeah, his shots were starting to count. They were felt.
He didn't look too troubled in there, did Magabandile as well. Like the power wasn't really like substantial enough for him to gain the respect of him. So he looked like he was, even though he was catching the punches, he was able still to advance and be generally okay.
He must just start using his nickname and dancing shoes and start dancing a bit away from the shots, not take them all.
Indeed, excellent, indeed. Let's see what he's got. I mean, so far, a little bit flat-footed in his approach as well, plodding forward on the front foot. Maybe he's trying to set Msimanga up for something here. But Msimanga switching back to southpaw again. As I said, he's got a full bag of tricks. He can do he can do it all. He wore his sunglasses in the interview as well that we did with him.
I actually saw that. I saw the interview. Yeah, but he likes to, if he's in the southpaw position, he drops that right hand burrito. He was hit with a good jab just now. I don't know. I think he look better when he's fighting orthodox.
Right. That was the next question I was going to ask you, Hex. Is like, what does he look better in? And I tend to agree with you. The southpaw, it's almost like he's eliminating. You see that movement there. He just doesn't have that same pop when he's in southpaw.
No, I mean, in the start of this round, was same as the previous round. He was losing the round until he changed. It looks better when you're fighting in the orthodox, in the normal orthodox position than in the southpaw.
Also, another piece of advice there for Mpandulo Msimanga. Obviously, not to fight for the crowd, but to really stick it in there and do what he's doing there. Because when he's doing that, it looks good. The referee's looking at that and saying, keeping a close eye on proceedings. That's exactly what he should be doing.
And his opponent just grabbed there. Bantamweight taking hold of him. You don't want to showboat when you haven't done it yet. He hasn't done anything yet as a pro. It's his first fight. And I feel if he really works a bit, if he pushes a bit, he might be able to get a stoppage. I don't think he's hurting the opponent, but he's throwing the better shots.
Yeah, and just that work rate. I mean, we know that the strawweight division isn't necessarily your knockout division. It's your hard work division. You really have to earn your stoppages there. And that's what we're going to see here. But a high skill set, that's what we're definitely gaining here. Coming nicely over the top there. Beautiful little left hook to follow up there.
Yeah, and he's got a very good left hook. And he follows it up every time after he lands or throws that right hand. And you can see he's a very, very well-schooled fighter.
And again,
down up with that left hook, yeah.
Yeah, it went downstairs, but then you can see finally Magabandile showing a little bit of heart there and then fighting off the back foot now. Now looks like he is cracking through a little bit now. That's a bit better there from Magabandile.
I think you should try something different. This fighting on the back foot's not working for him. Try and push your opponent back. Try something different.
Mpandulo, he's definitely got sort of the ring generalship intact. That's the one thing he's got going for him, and you can see that he's just popping off the jab with ease. There's nothing coming back, Hicks, and I think that's what you mean. Like, he needs to take control of this fight. Nice left hook to the body
shot there.
That hurt him. That really hurt him.
Like you said earlier, he's got a beautiful left hook, and there it showed. The right hand staying as low as possible. Now that's still feeling what the effects of that shot.
I think we're going to see Msimanga going downstairs a little bit often, like he's doing there. Go down, go up, go down, go up, and it's paying dividends.
He's definitely outboxing his opponent right now. Dancing shoes really needs to start dancing. Impex is doing brilliantly at the moment.
Oh, there we have it. 2 rounds are officially in the books. A very good round there again for Mpandulo Msimanga. He really started opening up a little bit more there. As you said, when he switched back to orthodox, he looked phenomenal, Hicks.
He fights better from the orthodox position, most definitely. That left hook down and up, it's absolutely beautiful shots. He throws beautifully. Here's the replay.
Well, let's have a look at this highlight. He's putting some punches together there, and this is when he looks good. He's backing up his man. At that stage, Magabandile didn't take any chances. He covered up nicely. He caught a lot of those punches as well, but they are coming through and they are landing. Whether or not it's got substantial power, he felt it towards the end of round 2, especially that body shot that landed.
Yeah, and the thing is, the judges see that. The judges see that he's being outworked, outpunched, outmaneuvered. So I have it 2-0 down at the moment.
Well, there we have it. As Heki Butler says on our unofficial scorecards, we both have it exactly the same. Msimanga up 2 rounds and Magabandile down 2 rounds. Magabandile is going to have to do something really special here in order to turn the tides, and let's see what those dancing shoes got to do. He hasn't really explored them in the first 2 rounds, but of course a lot of nerves must be going through him as well, and that plays a role as well.
Yeah, but another thing, if you get hit like that in the body and it takes everything out of you, how much do you have left to come back and show yourself? Because his corner was screaming at him to pressure, put pressure, put pressure. That's a good right hand landed there from him. But they were telling him to pressure. He started the round on the back foot. He's pushing it, but now let's see if he can listen.
Yeah, I think that's a direct sort of reaction to a corner chat. As we've seen here, the work rate's just up a little bit now. There's intensity from him this round, and I think he was lacking that. He looks like he's only getting into his groove now, but again, he's being walked down by Msimanga, and Msimanga is evidently doing a little bit more even now in this round. You can see how he opens up again. But here we go, Makabandile on the comeback.
Yeah, Makabandile must just do a bit more there. Push him a bit more, throw more punches. And Msimanga is boxing beautifully. He's getting landed on there. He's staying on the ropes. He should be moved out. But yeah, there should be a bit more pressure.
You can see they're escaping there was Msimanga, now pushing Makabandile back onto the ropes. A beautiful chopping right hand there from Msimanga. He's got a stick in there. You can see Makabandile just tying up the hand there, looking to buy himself a few seconds there. Referee Booysens wants the boxers to fight out of the situation, which is actually a little bit better at times when we let the fight flow. And we got it there. We're seeing a little bit of the defensive side of Msimanga as well, just posturing up there and really having some time.
And there, I just wanted to say, I haven't seen him throw any more body shots. There he just threw two. Yeah, his hands are up nicely. He blocks the shots nicely. Looks like a guy that can develop into somebody if he's nurtured, if he's worked right, gets the right training and the right guidance in the ring. It looks like he's got some talent.
There's definitely some talent there as well. Just you're mentioning the body shots earlier, and I think oh, that's a nice body shot from Makabandile. The conserving of energy now, especially when fighters are on debut, they're almost worried about their gas tank, don't want to blow themselves out, and perhaps that also psychologically plays in here. But you can see a much better round from Makabandile.
The thing is, I don't believe in that. If you come into a professional ring, you need to know that you will be able to do 4 rounds full out without having to stop. That's my view of it. But yeah, maybe that is the plan, because they're both are pulling a bit back, they're throwing a few less punches. Makabandile holding there, he looks like he's been feeling those body shots.
You know what it is, Hicks, as well, like, I get your point, because, that was your all-out approach. A lot of these modern-day boxers now think about that, especially with all the strength and conditioning programs that they go through and all this new stuff that's coming about, how to pace themselves in rounds and all of that. Before, I don't think that was really a thought. It's just box.
No, we ran every single day of our lives to get, but it's not what it is now. I was lucky enough to meet Scott later on in my career, and he helped me with that, get over that and get me better in fitness. Get some more highlights of the fight.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. And another good round. I think this one was a little bit closer, but again, I don't know if Makabandile did enough in this one. I think we have to go Msimanga again, just based on just cleaner punches.
He landed the better shots, the cleaner shots, the more telling shots. His shots are doing the business. Is that how you want to say it? These shots are landing and are hurting his opponent.
He's gonna need a knockdown to really. It's a 4-round fight in order to really have a chance here.
Maybe a knockout, the only way you can win.
Alright, it is the 4th and final round. There we have our brief instructions there from referee Booysens. And you can see, the one thing about Msimanga, he's looking as intense as he was from round 1. I'm happy to see that from the youngster. It's a good temperament and a good overhand right there, or a straight right rather. And again, another one landed there. Makabandile has got to mix it up now. No matter what, even if he's getting landed on, he's got to take a few risks here.
Yeah, and he was doing it for a few seconds there. Then he took that back step, but he's still throwing some shots. He has to. That's the only thing he can do. He's 3-0 down in my eyes, in your eyes, when our scoring. Oh, he's taking some big shots there.
Well, here we go. He's getting backed up now, and Msimanga's landing.
A very good shot. There's a short right to the body again as well.
Yeah, but Hex, he's got to take a chance here. This is going to come with the territory when you're behind on the cards. I'm happy to see it, because you see a lot of boxers, they just want to go to the distance at this point, Makabandile wants to win.
Yeah, and it's good for him. He won the fight already convincingly. Your opponent's not hurting you. He's not doing anything to you. Why not try and show yourself to the public, the people, that you can get a knockout in your first fight? It's brilliant for the resume.
It is. It looks very glossy, and obviously you don't need to spend too much time in there. You want to spend as little time, take as little damage as you can.
You don't get paid overtime in the ring. You don't get paid overtime in the sport.
I don't know if they're doing it tonight, but Boxing 5 typically does do Fight of the Night bonus, so I don't know if it's happening tonight, but that has been a feature on this platform. Yeah,
no, that it's sometimes a good thing, but I don't know. I would not want to win that. I would want to win my fight, and I would not care about the rest. You want to look good. You want people to come and watch you again.
100%. And I think so far so good for this youngster on the screen, Impandulo Msimanga. I think he's following in his dad's footsteps here so far. I mean, anything can happen. There's still 1 minute and 20 left in this fight. But here's Magabandile. He's been active. He's tried in this round, and I've really enjoyed seeing the fact that he's had hungry energy. But you can see, obviously, it's taking its toll now with 1 minute to go on the clock.
No, he slowed down immensely from that first minute we had. Oh, he's taking some good shots there. And he's firing back, but not a lot at the moment. It takes one shot to end a fight, so you must always be cognizant of that. Keep your hands up and not take shots like he's taking right now.
Yeah, could Magabandile be that man to hit a feint and then hit something else? You know, that's something that he hasn't done. He hasn't got feints in his arsenal.
Yeah, definitely. And Msimanga, like I was saying, he's winning the fight. Why take the risk like that? Why walk into the shot, stick your tongue out at your opponent? Don't take those risks. You don't need to.
Just imagine sticking your tongue out and someone punches you.
No, it's not fun to have half a tongue.
All right, so well, there we have it. 4 rounds in the books for the first fight of the evening at Road to Glory Boxing 5 Promotions. I also want to welcome everyone that is tuning in on Discover Sport and, of course, on Boxing 5 Promotions YouTube channel as well. It's been great to have you so far, and it's only the beginning of the night, Hex.
Yeah, and that's a great thing. I just want to say something about boxing. These guys almost hit each other's heads off. Look at them, hugging each other like they're best friends. You know, if this is the first fight, we've got an action-packed show here tonight. An action-packed one.
Nice way to start off proceedings then as well. And as you said, a gentlemanly response from both guys. You know, obviously not. It's not personal. It's just business. You know, guys are getting in there. You know, they're fighting for their futures and trying to put food on the table for their families. And this is a great way to start a career. It's a great introduction to both of these guys. I believe they both got legs for future fights as well.
Yeah, most definitely. There's some polishing to do on both sides. Better work. But yeah, here's some replays of the rounds and of the fight.
Well, let's have a look there again. Just a smashing right hand there from Impandulo. And that was a common theme of the night. He did land that right hand on many of occasions. Even the left hook he was going. And in round number 2, just towards the end of that round, he hurt his man to the body. Magabandile felt it. But you know what? Kudos to Magabandile. He stuck in there. And let's have a look at the crowd there today. As you can see, a packed crowd there in the background there watching proceedings. And this is still early in the night, Hex. I mean, this is literally fight number 1, and we've already got a full stand.
Yeah, I can't even see any empty seats looking around me. The stand's full. It always happens at this venue. It's always sold out. It's so fun.
It is, and it's of course on the development tournaments now, like the Road to Glory, like we have today, is where you get sort of all your boxing people coming out and really enjoying just boxing, because there's no real household names on this card yet. So it's all about just enjoying the sport of boxing, and that's probably one of the best.
Yeah, it's brilliant because you have to love the sport. Come and watch guys that are future stars, not stars yet. I enjoy it. I love it, and it looks like the people that are here are enjoying it.
All right, well, that is fantastic. All right, so we'll head over to the official scorecards with our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 rounds, this fight has gone the distance. Let's give our boxers a big round of applause. We now refer to the judges' scorecards. Judge Linda Kakeni scores the fight 39-37. Judge Mfundo Mvandaba scores the fight 40-36 Msimanga. Judge Rian Jansa van Rensburg scores the fight 39-37 Msimanga. Your winner by unanimous decision, Mpendulo Msimanga.
Just a correction on the graphics title. It's Impandulo Msimanga who won that fight, not Magabandile. And there we go. The man followed in his father's footsteps, Stephen Msimanga. Now, of course, a new name written. You can see the two guys. Again, another show of sportsmanship there between the two, taking a picture together. All right, we're about to hear from Mokomotsi as he's going to interview the winner, Impandulo.
We're in the ring with the winner. Pendulo, you look like you can't believe it, but you fought a good fight. How are you feeling?
I feel blessed more than anything. I thank God. Without God, this wouldn't have been possible. And I'd like to. There's LLS on my shorts. In case if you're wondering, it means long live Sfiso. So Sfiso, I used to train him. He was one of my amateur boxers. And he was 9 years old. Unfortunately, he passed on last month. This fight, I'm paying tribute to Sfiso, LLS, long live Sfiso. The answer.
Pendulo, any words for your opponent? I mean, it was also a pro debut fight for him. He came out, he gave you a good fight. Any words for him?
I have nothing but respect for my opponent. Wish him all the best going forward. He said he wants a rematch. He's more than welcome for the rematch. And yeah, thank you to him for taking this fight. Like anyone who has the courage to step into this ring, I give them my utmost respect.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, well, there we had the official interview there from Impandulo and Simanga. And
all right, I'm going to hand you over to our commentary team of Hayden Jones and Hickey Butler.
All right, so well, thank you very much, Mokomosi Sisetse. We'll head off to a quick break and we'll be back with the next fight of the evening.
Too short. Nice, I'm easy with that. That's not. Yeah.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, yo. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor, M. Shinoda, styles of beyond. Ryu, Top Fear, Machine Shop.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the broadcast here on Boxing 5 Promotions, Road to Glory. We step into the next bout of the evening, Kiebetswe Mahani against Libra Matwini. And of course, this is the next fight. This is actually the same family as Impandulo as well, with Kiebetswe as well, Mathani. This is going to be the female, this is his sister stepping in the ring, and it's going to be a very interesting one, Hicks.
Yeah, another interesting fight. Two ladies making a pro debut, one having one fight. Let's see how it goes.
All right, let's head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is scheduled to take place over 4 rounds in the junior bantamweight division. Ladies and gentlemen, fighting out of Orlando East, Soweto, Kiebetswe, the Killer Ntane.
The time is now.
Coming out to the ring.
On everything. Took my heart away from money. I ain't interested in fame. And I pray that never change. Ambition is priceless. It's something that's in your veins. And I put that on my name.
Only hope I had was selling dope. Was on my grind cause times was harder than to sell a float. My mama told me never steal and never telling folks. I grew up looking up the niggas that was selling coke. Oh, I was raised by the stop sign.
And her opponent, fighting out of Pinville, Soweto, by way of Orlando Boxing Gym, is Libra, the Black Cat Mtarini. Your officials for this fight, starting with judges. Judge, Yapfa Niverhezen. Judge, Pumeza Zinagile. Judge, Toto Shweni. Your referee for this fight is Don Bench. Your timekeeper for this fight is Coleman Malefe, and your ringside doctors are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Selepe. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are in the ring. It's time to get this show on the road. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, all the way from Orlando East, Gauteng, weighing in at 51 kgs, making her professional debut with us tonight. She's in the red, black, and white trunks. Kia Betwe, the Killer Dane. Her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 51.8 kgs, with a career record of 1 fight, 1 win, no losses, no draws. She's in the red and white trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Libra, the Black Cat, Darini! Boxers, the ring is yours.
All right, well, there we had the official instructions from our referee, Dawn Bench, as we've got to set off the first and only female bout of the evening today. Of course, Kebeti Matane, the sister of Impendule Msimanga, who boxed just earlier. And it's the two same teams fighting each other again. And this time, Libra Matarini as well will be fighting out of the same corner as the previous camp there as well, with Ramakole against Msimanga again. Right, so well, this one is officially underway.
And if you look at the previous fight, we're in for another cracker. If you look at the good corners there that both teams have. Black Cat against Killer. Let's see what happens.
Well, this one's live. I mean, this one started off really fast. Here we go. Mazzarini as well, coming in there with full force.
No, she's throwing some hard straight punches. Oh, she got countered there with a good one, but she's on the front foot and working.
And just a reminder for everyone at home that the female fights are 2 minutes around as well, just in case you had a look at the clock there. And it's going to be a 4-round bout here. Of course, 1 pro debut, and of course, Matarini has obviously had a fight and a win before, and you can see she's got a lot of confidence coming into this one as well.
No, she just walks forward and throws the shots. She looks very strong, physically very strong, and she's doing the work at the moment.
Matane, of course, also coming out of the SA Games last year as well, so she's also a very seasoned amateur, getting a bronze medal as well. She was quite upset that she didn't win gold, but of course she met a very formidable opponent, and that happens at the amateurs as well. You meet some really top fighters, but she's in a great fight tonight as well. Let me put it that way.
No, you can see she's the better schooled fighter, better boxing ability, but she's fighting extremely strong lady in Black Cat. She's extremely strong.
Yeah, Mazzarini, of course, the taller box out of the two, and so far she's using that height and reach as well, because you can see how she's extending her punches really nicely, and of course Matane is just struggling to get inside there.
Yeah, you'd think Matane, as being a good amateur, would be bouncing around, dancing. That's normally what amateurs do, but she's also in there, letting her walk on, walk her down, and standing and fighting.
Well, there we have it. Just like that, 2 minutes is gone, and the first round is officially in the books, and we get a nice crowd shot there again of the crowd shot discussing the fight. Of course, we have a very boxing-focused crowd in here tonight. And you can see there Stephen Msimanga in the corner. Let's have a look at the fight action that occurred in round number 1. Hexley, you can talk us through this one.
They're really on the front foot. I gave her the run. She won the first round by eyes, but yeah, she was throwing some wild shots, but she was doing the better work. She was throwing the better shots and throwing more shots, working harder to get the round.
100%. I think volume really helped her there because she kept Matani really busy and occupied, and Matani just couldn't express herself really fluently in that round. And I expect more of the same there from Matarini coming into round number 2 there. I think that's her fighting style.
Yeah, and even though Killer had the better amateur background, she was going to escape, you don't always have someone that comes on forward like this when you're a seasoned good professional. You fight people that are more boxers, more counter punches. She might not be used to this type of style.
100%. Let's see how she navigates the waters in this round. Matani gets caught there, and here comes Matarini. Wow. She's recovered quite fast.
No, she took it well. She looked a bit stunned, but she's taken it. She guards up, she took another one there.
I'm going to say this is going to start opening up this fight a lot more. You can see the big punches, the flurries are coming through, and look at this, it's 1-for-1 at the moment. But it looks like Matarini is just getting the better of the exchanges as we talk.
Yeah, like you said early on, she's taller, she's got the long arms, longer reach, and it's working for her at the moment.
Matani's got to come in, she's got to bulldoze a little bit more, but covering up nicely there. Matarini is not taking her foot off the pedal, Higgs.
But Matani needs to do something different. Just get a change. Maybe dance around, try and box even, do something different. She's standing still in front of someone that wants you to stand still.
Yeah, she's got to go side to side. As you mentioned, just do something a little bit different. You can't be standing in front of, especially at range like that. You know, you're just in the perfect range for Matarini to catch you, and you're not coming in, you're falling short on your punches.
No, that's what's happening with her. That's a better from her there. Good counter punching from her there. But
yeah, caught her with the right hand there, Hicks.
It's as if Matarini's not even feeling those shots. She's like, just keeps on going forward.
I must say one thing as well, and commendable to Matande as well, because she came in, she's not actually a flyweight, but she
starts the third round. And like I was saying earlier, sorry, I have to say this about the women boxing. If you look at someone that's a close friend of ours, head of all runs, one of the best fighters I've ever seen, didn't have enough fights as a pro fighter.
Yeah, 100%. And I think recently, if we talk about female boxing in the country as well, Simangile Smasher Debe recently competing for WBC silver in Mexico as well. High honors, and you know, at the moment we are looking for, can get the stoppage, you know, that type of thing.
Yeah, I think it's a bit of both. I think she doesn't feel like she's strong enough to hurt her opponent, and she has landed some good shots that have stunned. Yeah, I don't know. I think that's I'm with you. It's like, I think she's feeling that she's landing, but they're not doing anything.
You can see the heads almost just clashing there as well. Just got to be careful when you get into when you get engaged in the pocket like that, just to watch for anything like that. The last thing you need now in a fight that's at this distance is a cut or anything like that. You can see that just the pressure being put on by Matarini again.
Yeah, but the killer's not using her boxing brain. She's just staying there, just walking around, just walking back. She needs to box a bit, jump away, get the distance away, do something different. She's still exactly the same fight. Then she tried to jump forward. Oh, it's a good right hand landing from her. The left took her, but she needs to do more.
They're very wide looping punches as well that often, I don't see the power concentrated, let's put it that way.
Yeah, she's just trying to throw. She's not sitting on her punches and throwing them with purpose.
Well, like we saw it in the first fight where the Msimanga corner was very dominant, I see it the other complete opposite on this fight. So it's almost like the Team Ramachole is pulling one back here.
Yeah, most definitely. And if you, like you said earlier, if you look at the lady on the screen there, when you heard her amateur background, you would have thought she would have had it easy. But she did step up in weight. Yeah, I'm with you on this one. She's behind. Here's some highlights.
Yeah, let's have a look at the highlights from that round. Yeah, it is a difficult one because you look at it and sometimes when a fighter is behind, you almost look for, is it a close round? Can we shave it and give it the other way? But in this case, I don't think so. I think it's 3-0 so far, Hicks.
No, she did start landing better shots there in the middle and the end of the round, but not enough to win the round in my eyes. Definitely not enough.
All right, what are we going to see? Just from a technical analyst point of view, what are we going to see this round from Matane, Hicks?
If I was in a corner, I was a coach, I'd say go out there, throw everything you have. If you have a kitchen sink in your hand, throw that as well. Do everything you can to try and get the stoppage. That's the only way you can win.
Right, and just a reminder for those at home, there is only 2 minutes in this round, so she's really got to work hard for everything right now. She's only got a limited amount of time to potentially throw, as you said, throw the kitchen sink and really look for a stoppage. She lands a massive left hook there, does Mtane. And she's really trying now. Big looping punches there, and of course, Msarini as well. Now she's covering up. This is the first time she's really been laced with something a bit significant. She hit on the break there. You've got to be very careful. Don't bench giving a warning there. So Msarini.
And it seemed like that punch, she felt it. She did feel that punch. Is it a bit of tiredness stepping in maybe? But then she comes back and throws again.
But I'll tell you what, Hicks, I'm feeling like this round's turning a little bit. If you're looking at Kibetswe, Matane, but now she's getting landed on now. Okay, as the tide turns, looks like it can reverse.
But then she does that, she just sits back into the corner. She should be boxing, stepping out of the corner, moving out. I know it's their first fights and still new at this, but with her amateur background, she should know this. And she was landing well in the first 30 seconds of the fight. Oh, that's a good overhand bowling shot.
Yeah, it was an overhand, but you see the straight punches of Msarini working just a little bit better. I think Matane goes back to the gym and just refines her game. She does look a bit small in this fight. I'm not gonna lie. But
yeah, most definitely. And you see, she's got some talent. You can see her movement. Also, it's her first fight. It's a big step to get in there and to go and put gloves on and go and fight there. But Josh, she can improve. She can go back to the drawing board and get better.
20 seconds left in the fourth and final round of this bout. And I'm pretty sure she's going to just have to go for it. Well, looks like it was less than 20 seconds left in the round. And that's all that was written for today in this bout. As the boxers return to their corners, both have physically been through the works here today. And I think it was a hard-worked fight for both.
Yeah, both you can see both of them standing in their corners, like lying down in their corners. It was a good, entertaining fight. Both worked hard, and you can see it on their faces.
Step one in boxing is always going the distance. Of course, that in itself is always going to be it. But of course, you want to get a win. I mean, most likely it's going to be Msarini who's going to get her hand raised today. She, of course, is coming into the fight already with one win. So she came in with a bit of experience in her preferred flyweight division as well. And you can see her there chopping overhand right next. Good boxing.
No, you can see she was just the stronger boxer in the fight. She was just stronger, physically stronger, bigger frame. Not always the better technical shots, but she just did more and did better work.
Well, the life of a boxer, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I mean, you win some, you lose some, and we'll see who gets their hand raised at the end of the day. It's always, unless there's always a third element, which is a draw. That's obviously a third choice. But in most cases, there's a winner and there's a loser in the fights. And of course, we're gonna see what's gonna happen there. Of course, that was a pretty comical moment on the screen.
Yeah. Hey, Joe, I think we both think the same. Blue corner as the winner. Good fight though. She still came back in the last round there to try and get the win.
Do you know what it is, Hex? And you're right when you say it's a good fight, because not that it wasn't like a one-sided fight, but you could see that it was one-sided close. Like every round that Msarini just did a little bit more, I thought.
Yeah, definitely. She just landed a better, cleaner shot. But we have to give it up to Talani to come up in weight for this fight. And she's fighting her first pro fight, stepping up in weight. She was a killer to get up in the fight. She didn't get the kill she wanted, maybe, but she did well. She boxed well, and there's still a future in there.
There is indeed, and the referee's just calculating it with the ring announcer. I don't know if it was as close a fight as maybe people at home saw it differently. Maybe people in the crowd saw it differently, but most certainly I saw a good fight at the end of the day. I think the winners were the fans here today.
Yeah, we have our winner, but boxing won, the fans won, because it was an entertaining fight. Two ladies that came here to prove a point and to show what they know.
Well, the referee is summoning both of the boxers to the ring, so we are getting closer and closer to the final decision of points. Of course, it's been calculated and it's in the official hands. All right, so, well, without further ado, let's head over to the official scorecards with our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you, Hayden. Ladies and gentlemen, our boxers, after 4 rounds, have gone the distance. Let's give them a big round of applause. After 4 rounds, we refer to the judges' scorecards. Judge Jaap van Nieuwenhuizen scores the fight 36-40. Judge Phumeza Zinagile scores the fight 36-40. Judge Toto Shweni scores the fight 37-40. Your winner, by way of unanimous decision, is Libra!
Well, there we had the correct winner, and of course, Libra Msarini. Of course, we saw her working so hard, and of course, as we saw there, just the... And she's leaving the ring, but she's due one interview there. And of course, we're going to head over to the official interview now with our ring announcer and presenter, Mokomotsi Sisetse, is going to conduct it.
Thank you, Hayden. We're in the ring with our winner, Libra. How are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good, because hey, I wasn't expecting this win, because my opponent, she was a tough one. So like, yeah, I was telling myself that I know, even if she's tough to win this fight, I'm telling this fight to my thanks.
Thank you, Libra.
Thank you.
That was the winner. That was our winner from the second bout. I'll hand it over to Hayden Jones and Hickey Butler.
All right, well, we'll have a look at the fight highlights from the previous round. As you can see, just the hard work that was done there, again, from Matarini as well, and deserved winner, Hex.
Yeah, it was. She won all around, but it was a good fight. The run was killer, was competitive in there. She took some good shots, but she made it a 4-round fight. It was a good fight.
It was a good fight indeed, and what a showing on Boxing 5 Promotions. Of course, she goes 2-0, really announces herself, and hope to see her back in the near future. Another one of the young stars coming up, and we head over to the third bout of the evening. Officially, we got Uwais Hasim against Stanford Mapalele, and we can't wait for this one. Let's go officially to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you, Hayden. Our next fight is scheduled to take place.
All right, well, we'll go again. Uwais Hasim against Stanford Mapalele, and we'll head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse. All right, so we're just waiting for our ring announcer's mic to just get cleared up there. But yeah, in the meantime, we have got another family coming up. Uwais Hasim, one of the Hasim brothers coming through the ranks. He'll be taking on Stanford on his pro debut, Stanford Mpalele. And he walks out to the Undertaker's theme song.
If he can do what Undertaker did in wrestling, he's going to have a phenomenal career. I have to say, he was one of my favorites when I was a kid, believing everything they did.
Dead man walking, as they say, and it's going to be an interesting one, as you said. Can he do it?
He's up against a very, very good fighter, so let's see.
His opponent for this fight, fighting from the Hot Box Gym, via Lenasia, Gauteng, Uwais Hasim.
And here is one of the house favorites here, Uwais Hasim, fighting out of the Hot Box Gym. Of course, his coach is Sean Ness, Hickey Butler, a former stablemate of yours. And he'll make his way to a pro debut. 2 pro debutants here today, looking to make their name in the Bantamweight division.
I'm actually a bit older. His trainer, Sean, was my stablemate, not him. But yeah, same gym though, same gym.
No, look, I mean, at the end of the day, no, that's what I said. I said Sean Ness is your stablemate.
I'm just making sure. You are punchy, so I'm just making sure.
Rian van Rensburg, Judge Toto Shweni, and Judge Don Bench. Your referee for this fight is Mfundo Mvandaba. Your timekeeper for this fight is Coleman Malefe, and your ringside doctors are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Slepe. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are in the ring. It's time for us to give them a big, bright, warm welcome. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 52.95 kgs, making his professional debut with us here tonight. He's in the blue trunks. Put your hands together for Stanford Makena Mpatele. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 52.7 kgs, making his professional debut with us here tonight. He's in the black trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Uwas Hassim! Boxers, the ring is yours.
Obey my commands at all time. We spoke at the room. Good luck. Shake hands.
Well, there we had the referee instructions there. And of course, Sean Ness, one of the new guys to the professional scene, he obviously operates under the Hot Box banner, much like Shannon Stradham does as well under Colin Nathan's gym. And of course, in the other corner there, got Stanford Mapalele. He's coming into the fight, and he's coming out in a southpaw stance. Of course, when you got debutants, there's not a lot of information on each guy, so it's nice to see something a little bit different here.
Yeah, most definitely, and you can see that both of them look like good fighters, but you can see how the way he fights, amateur style, he's still got that amateur look on him. It's also a big step to go from amateurs to the pros. It's not the same thing. A job. Both look like they're here to fight.
Yeah, both do, and you can see just a little bit of composure that Uwais Hassim needed there in the beginning. Stanford coming with a little bit of an onslaught in the beginning. You can see he widens up that left hand. He really looks to thud it through.
No, he looks like a guy who can punch, who throws with everything he has, that left hand of his, like you said. But he's not landing anything at the moment. Hassim is just taking them, blocking shots. He looks more calm and collected, but we'll see when he gets landed on.
Yeah, you can see a lot of pressure there from Stanford Mapalele. But the last shot back from Hassim. Now Hassim's under pressure on the ropes there. He needs to sort of navigate the storm and come through. You can see the wide punches of Stanford there. And again, he throws that wide punch. You know, Hassim, and he lands the right hand there. So that's the first real intent that we've seen from Uwais.
Yeah, he seems like both of them seem like, he took a shot as well. Hassim needs to pick up that right hand of his. He's open. That's why the overhand left has been working.
Their communication will be key, and it is a beautiful check counter. Wow, beautiful from Hassim there. Timed his man well.
No, he must just now watch out, like that shot he just threw there, that swinging shot, that it doesn't get overzealous. He landed a boot counter, wait for the counter again, like there he could have landed the counter again.
It seems that Hassim is the more calculated out of the two boxers, you know, especially in the onset here. Oh! I don't know if that really hurt there or if it's just off balance.
I think that was more balance, but it's right what you're saying. He's the more calculated, calm, and technical of the two fighters. Close round.
Close round, and round one is officially in the books, Hex. As you mentioned, a very interesting round and a nice one for the judges as well to calculate which way they went on that.
Oh, it can go either way. Hassim was the boxer. In the end, he was landing better shots. In the start, he was on the back foot. Stanford pushing him back, so it can go either way.
Yeah, you got Stanford, who definitely came on the front foot and put a lot of pressure on there, but you saw the wiser boxing coming from Hassim. That beautiful counter right. That was his first bit of intent, but you just see polished boxing from Hassim. You know, timing, looking for the gap, setting up the opportunities where, you know, Stanford, in his own way, he's got his own style, but, you know, he's not as calculated as Hassim.
Yeah, most definitely. See, Hassim I can see he had a lot of amateur fights. You can see the amateur style in him, that he knows what he has to do. But it's not an easy fight. Palele is here to fight. Stanford is here to fight. He's here to make it a good fight.
And I'll be remiss if I didn't mention that in Sean Ness's corner there's also experienced professional boxing trainer Bernie Pellman as well, helping him out.
Yeah, and the best cutman in the country. I'm allowed to say that, okay? Don't laugh at me. I'm allowed to.
No,
He was, for me, he was
but-
the best.
No, it's 100% true as well. It's I don't think there is a better guy for that job. And we're seeing on the front foot there more of the same again. Good pressure there from Stanford Mapalele. I think that's what he's got to do. But I think from his point of view, yes, be dangerous, but don't overextend yourself.
Yeah, he's pushing, he's doing the work, but I see him still landing the cleaner shots. He's like blocking, catching the shots, and trying to counter. I think if Asim turns it up a bit, he might look a bit better. He just picks up the punch rate a bit.
Yeah, you would like to see him just volumize his what he's currently doing right now. Yes, it's great, it looks nice, but you got to make it decisive. If you're him, you can't be leaving it in their hands, because right now it is looking like a very close fight.
Yeah, most definitely. It's like I said, it's what the judges like in that first round. They like the pressure, or they like the counter punching. It can go either way. He is landing better shots this round, but he's just not working enough. He needs to do a little bit more, throw a little bit more punches. But Stanford's still there. He's still throwing, he's still bombing, he's taking a few, but he's still throwing back.
I'm gonna say one thing. It seems not really known, even from amateurs, is a hard barometer for knockout punches, because you don't usually knock out everyone in amateurs. But he was never really a knockout artist, even in his amateur days. And I think he's a very technical boxer. But at the pro ranks, you got to make those adjustments.
Yeah, he used to outbox the guys in amateurs, move away, counter punching. That was his style. Oh, good. He should just throw a bit more punches. That's my opinion. Just work it.
Yeah, right. So, well, he's eager. Let's put it that way. As Hasim, as we see, round number 3 is officially underway. Nice orthodox versus southpaw contest this has been so far.
No, he seemed, but he went to go stop straight in the center of the ring. Didn't throw any more punches then. Didn't do anything different. He needs to pick up the work rate a little bit. It's a better round from the last one. I already a little bit. It's a better round from the last one. I already won that round. But he needs to work a bit more.
I noticed, when you look over to Hasim's corner and you see Sean Ness, you're seeing him saying, come, work. He wants more work rate. You're saying, come to him, push him a little bit more. Hasim hasn't been doing that so far.
No, he needs to do a bit more. He needs to work, push a bit more. Oh, that was better. Oh, that was some hard shots landing there from both. That was better. Oh, that was some hard shots landing there from both fighters. Just I think Hasim is landing both fighters. Just I think Hasim is landing the cleaner ones.
Don't hold.
It was a nice short uppercut there from Hasim Hicks. The nice one, but unfortunately the follow-up would have helped there for him. But because I think it stunned Stanford Mapalele just for a split second.
But now he's working a bit more. But there he's letting off. Attack him and throw punches. You can see his coach Sean is screaming. Throw, work. It's like Sean's throwing more punches than him at the moment.
Yeah, he is an ex-boxer as well. Very passionate about his craft. Very successful amateur coach, now a pro coach. Beautiful punch about his craft. Very successful amateur coach, now a pro coach. Beautiful punch there from Booysens Hasim. Chopping with the overhand right there, but it's Esteban Mapalele recovering very fast, looking to bounce back. But all these punches that are missing now from Stanford Hicks, all these punches that are missing now from Stanford Hicks, they fatigue you when you miss your punches like that. It's the first time that we've already seen a boxer missing a lot of punches tonight.
Yeah, and even if it is a 4-round fight, the missing takes so much out of you. Asim is just not counting at the right time. He's just not landing him. But like you were saying at the time, you can see it's catching up to him missing all those shots.
See, when you're in the pocket like that, you got to be super careful, but you also got to work. You got to work a little bit harder there.
Clean fight.
You see referee calling for a clean fight there. You want to see them at range now as well. Stanford as well, backing up, moving uncalculated with his hands down there. So dangerous from Stanford to be doing that.
But the problem is he's being allowed to do that. Asim is not taking advantage of it, which I think he can. Look at those beautiful counter there and stepping out of the way. He just needs to throw a few more shots. Maybe try and go onto the front foot a bit.
Yeah, there's so much I can see potential in Booysens Hasim. He just needs to add a little bit of something to that game. He needs to work a little bit harder. He needs to obviously go after his opponent, especially when he has him in a predicament like that. You know, you land a beautiful punch.
And then his corner, Sean's shouting, attack, when he had the opponent in the perfect position there. Made him miss and turned him so beautifully. Work when you've got the advantage.
10 seconds.
Nice sneaky body shot there from Stanford as well, just coming through the guards. Good speed there from Booysens. Hassim. We end of round number 3. Right at the end of the round there, a much better round for Booysens Hassim.
His brothers, I'm looking at his brother behind us shouting like going crazy there. But yeah, it's a much better round for him, throwing better punches, landing better punches. If he works a little bit harder, he might get the stoppage shot. Stanford looks tired. If you looked at him, he looked tired.
Definitely seeing the crack starting to be exposed here, but as you mentioned there, you just want to see a little bit more X factor for Booysens, a little bit more pop, which you can see in the corner there. He's getting a lot of tactical instructions. He's definitely not looking like how you see Stanford there. He's breathing a bit heavier, and perhaps round number 4 could be the round that we really see an explosion of energy in Booysens Hassim. Of course, Stanford Mapalele as well has got to come to the party as well in his own ways. And again, Hicks, this has been one of those fights. It's the closest fight of the evening so far.
Yeah, most definitely. Like we said, the first round, either way, 2 and 3 I gave to Hassim. So Stanford can still pull this out, get a draw, gets a knockdown, he gets a win. It's still up for grabs. Yeah, it's anyone's game. No.
Yeah, he's got to engage there. And there we've got a beautiful right hand, preserving himself in this round. I'll put it that way. That's what it appears to be.
Yeah, and
his brother Hamza, who will feature on May 24, will be the next one. A nice milestone for young trainer Sean Ness.
Yeah, and he's doing well. He trains hard. He works hard. Just some highlights again. He's doing extremely well.
He won't be short of opponents, let's put it that way. I mean, he'll be matched again by fantastic matchmaker AB Zamnisi, who's been putting on all these great fights. In fact, when you give a development tournament to AB Zamnisi, he's going to match it like these fights, which are very close.
I just wanted to say the same
thing. He's going to match it like these fights, which are very close.
I just wanted to say the same thing. If you look at the matchmaking, 3 fights, all of them have gone the distance. It was a good competitor at the matchmaking, 3 fights, all of them have gone the distance. It was a good competitive fight.
Yeah, how's that? I mean, not often you see 4-rounders nowadays going distance. I mean, you often see, one-sided fights in 4-rounders, but now we've seen today where, guys are really, one-sided fights in 4-rounders, but now we've seen today where, guys are really fit. They're coming in. The more active fighters are around the country, which we've seen in 2025, the more likely they are to be going the distance because they're fit and ready. They're not getting cancellations.
Judge Don Bench scores the fight 36-40. Your winner by way of unanimous decision is Booysens Hassim.
Well, there we have Booysens Hassim, the victor by unanimous points decision. And of course, he starts off his journey 1-0 officially. Let's get an interview from our ring announcer and presenter, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
We're in the ring with our winner just to get his thoughts after that fight. Not an easy one, but you got the result. Your pro debut was a success. How do you feel?
I'm just grateful. Say first, thank you to God, thank you to Coach Sean, and thank you to No Doubt Management and Broga and everyone. I can't talk a lot. I'm still getting my breath back.
Thank you so much.
Sure. Thank you.
All right, sir. Well, we'll be back straight after the break, and we'll see you guys soon. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I am joined here by two-time IBF world champion Sivenati, the special one, Nonshinga. Sive, you're here at the development tournament today, Road to Glory. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I've been trying by all means to keep on keeping on. It's good to be here. Indeed, boxing is coming back slowly but surely. This is a great initiative. Get what I mean? Everybody's here. They look all beautiful. That's what I can say.
Of course, a lot of people are going to want to know what's happening with Sivenati Nonshinga. When are you getting back in the ring again?
I can't say much, Colin Nathan will just tell you everything. But yeah, we've been training. As I said, that I've been, by all means, I've been trying by all means to keep.
Kalenge on pro debut today. Interesting to see. What he's going to do here. Hex today. And Mulefe in the navy and white. Of course, he's coming up against, as we mentioned earlier, Emmanuel, the Beast Kalenge, and this is going to be an interesting one. We've heard a lot about Kalenge. Now we're going to see a little bit more from Mulefe, Heki.
Yeah, definitely. He's running in here like he's ready to perform.
His opponent for this fight, fighting out of Yeovil, Gauteng, Emmanuel, the Beast Kalenge.
Alright, well, there we have it. Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge coming out of the Hot Box Gym, of course, formerly trained in the amateur ranks by the program Fight with Insights, a renowned program that, of course, a lot of guys, including Anton Gilmore, host. We're going to see a lot from this young kid in the future, but of course, his first step is going to get through Mulefe. Let's see what he has today.
Officials for this fight, starting with our judges. Judge Linda Tlakeni. Judge Jaap van Nieuwenhuizen. Judge Don Bench. Your referee for this fight is...
Right, so there we have it, the official referee instructions from referee Rian Jansa van Rensburg to get this underway. Two prospects here, pro debuts, round number one, and we are set for another Orthodox versus Southpaw Hickey Butler today. It's been a common occurrence today.
Yeah, it happens quite a lot in South Africa, especially in the lighter-weight divisions. It's funny enough, the lighter-weight division.
I was about to say, Gauteng doesn't typically produce a lot of southpaws, but there we have it. We have one in the form of Mulefe here today, who is adopting that style. He is, of course, I'd say the more slender man and taller man, but you can see how filled out Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge looks.
Yeah, especially for this weight division, he looks very tough, very stocky, very, like I said, filled out. And most of the southpaws from South Africa from East London, so we're not in East London right now. Like I said, the guys are from Gauteng, bringing some of their own southpaws at the moment.
I must say, Hex,
Victor for himself, take a good left hook there.
I see a little bit of frustration from the young Emmanuel Kalenge there. Referee deeming him to have thrown his opponent over. And I think, yep, that's what it's going to be. Ruled a slip, which it rightfully is.
No, and I think that's just his first pro fight. He wants to get in there and fight. He wants to stand and trade. And his opponent is just running around the ring on him. I think that's what's frustrating him.
Yeah, it's not nice to watch a fight where there's a spoiler, someone that's not really there to box. At least if he was on the outside popping the jab every once in a while and looking good and, trying to make something happen, you'd say. But, he's circling around the ring. And
yeah, it's as if he's just trying to survive. It's just, I don't want to get hit at all. I know the point of boxing is not to get it, but you want to make a fight of it. You want to throw some punches, do something back at least.
Molefe is not going to gain any fans with this sort of approach. You know, this is a really, really bad approach from him. You know, a spoiling approach. You know, running on the outside, not doing much, just looking to survive, and you know, tell your grandchildren one day you went the distance in a boxing ring.
Yeah, it seems that way. It's definitely lost that first round, and not because anything good was done against him, because he just did not do anything himself.
That was a very, very confusing sort of round from Molefe. You know, I think Kalengi has come to fight. You can see he wants to mix it up. You know, he's not just going to, you know, stalk his opponent, but I think he's also a really good boxer. But of course, Molefe, it's like he does want to be here today.
He took some, like in the replay, there's some good body shots and left hook, right hooks. But it wasn't like solid punches. Maybe he felt the power and he decided, no, I don't want to get hit, but I'll make the distance.
Well, he's had success. I mean, at running as a sport, you know, then he's made his way around the track a few times already.
Kalengi, which we're just looking around at the crowd there where Wakolo was giving advice, but we'll see what would do, because if you get some good corner work and some good inspiration, yeah, might change the fight. Let's see if both of them got that good corner work.
One has to wonder what Molefe's corner said to him in the build-up. You know, what would inspire him to maybe change? Because let's see if he does. Let's see if he does bring a little bit something different, Hicks. Otherwise, you know.
Yeah, at least try. I don't know if he's throwing more punches, or is it Kalengi pushing him so hard that he has to stand and throw. He's trying something there from the distance. I don't know. He's not even sitting on his punches or really throwing anything with any intent.
Well, I'm glad. I think Molefe has thrown more punches in the first 30 seconds of this round than he did in round number 1. So at least he's trying something there. On his bicycle again, on the back foot, changing up the look, changing up the fields. I mean, he's gone from cushion to cushion to cushion.
Yeah, the problem is it's making Kalengi look bad. It's like he can't cut the golf. The guy's just running around him. He does not want to be there.
Yeah, it's Molefe as well. Let's see some boxing, gentlemen.
Good body shot there from Kalengi, at least.
Yeah, and then tying up when Kalengi, did come in. But Emmanuel Kalengi's got to be positive in the situation. Don't force the issue. Don't get frustrated and do something silly there. And he catches him with the right hand there. But again, Molefe bouncing out of trouble.
No, I have to say, he gets landed on. He gets out of trouble quite well. He's not here to fight or anything. I think he literally trained to go 4 rounds and make the distance. Oh, there he gets landed on again.
And Kalengi really trying to bank on every moment he has to kind of open up on Molefe there, because every time he has him backed up, he throws a butt.
I don't know.
Look at the shoes of Molefe as well. Those are not boxing boots; those are regular shoes that he's wearing right there. So
at the end of that round, standing in the corner there again, taking shots, he just does not look like he wants to be here. If you look at him in the corner, elbows on the ropes, just does not look happy.
Yeah, it's a good look for him. But of course, 2 rounds are officially in the books. As I said, it's following the theme of the day. Every fight so far has gone the distance, and you can see right there in the fight replays there, Kalengi trying his utmost to force some sort of a fight here. And Molefe is deciding he doesn't like the power. He wants to be on the back foot there. Punch but push.
Yeah, he got land, but then he pushed him off him. But you can still keep that round, 10-8 round, because Molefe was doing so little.
Yeah, it's a really difficult position, even as a trainer of Molefe, to tell him what to do in this instance, because he doesn't look like he's very receptive to wanting to be there at all.
Oh, when he walked to the corner, I thought he was going to tell him, no, I don't want to be here anymore. He didn't look happy at the end of that round. Tries to throw a swinging right hook there. Let's see, maybe that woke him up in the corner. He's throwing a few more shots now.
Tell you what, when he's throwing punches, it's getting exciting. The fight, he opens up, he's landed on Kalengi when he does throw. So why not? Does he not believe in himself that much? Like, what do you think's going through his mind?
I actually do not know. Like from the first round, I said I think he just wants to survive. He just wants to say I went 4 rounds in my pro, like you said. That is Granky's wins 4 rounds in his pro debut. But Kalingi's still landing, still on the hunt, still wants that one shot. Every time Kalingi lands something, Molefe is like, nope, I'll run again. I'm not going to stand there and let you hit me.
Kalingi had his man pinned into the corner. Every time Kalingi's gone down to the body, he's had real good success because Molefe, he's grimacing every single time it lands. You know, a right hand or it's a jab, straight jab to the body. There's Molefe tightening up.
Yeah, but Kalinga's allowing him too much space to get away as well, I think. He's not there. You should have stepped in, cut him off before he got the opportunity to run there again. But you're right, every time he lands, even to the face at the moment, any time he lands, he's grimacing. Even when he throws off his own shots, he's grimacing at the moment.
I think in this weight division as well, you know, if he's going to be watching some of the worldwide boxers, you know, of course, Kalingi needs to watch how Jesse Bad Rodriguez cuts corners because, you know, that's a top fighter and he knows how to maneuver himself, and that's the right guy to watch in terms of cutting off the ring.
Yeah, but the problem as well is I think he did not know he was going to fight an opponent who's going to run the whole time. So maybe he didn't expect that. But still, you need to be able to do that as well. But it's his first fight, a learning experience. He'll learn from this. Oh, good shots there again.
Yeah, you fight a spoiler. It's all part of the learning experience in the boxing ring, H. I mean, I'm sure your first 10 opponents, they wouldn't have all been the same type of guy. You would have had a mixed bag. So this is just a learning experience as well for Kalingi.
Yeah, most definitely. You get guys that, all sorts of guys in your build up to when you fight for the proper international opponents, proper world title fights. It will happen, but it's good for him. He's going to learn so much from this fight.
Hey, step back, right.
So there, Molefe finally showing an ounce of willingness.
You can see that position there. Kalinga's still a young and fresh fighter. When a guy leans like that, take a step back, throw those uppercuts, do something different, try and change it up, throw the punches. You're allowed to. If you're the referee does not say break, throw the punches.
10 seconds.
Yeah, he's got to keep going and, you know, just be positive as well. I asked the question earlier about, you know, could this be the first fight where we get a stoppage? But, you know, the way Molefe is boxing, it looks like points is on the card for this one.
Can I say it was wishful thinking? I don't want to. I think he can still get the stoppage in my personal thing. I think he can get him if he blocks him off and puts the right work in, he can. But I think Molefe is just trying to survive. I think he's going to tell everybody, I went 4 rounds my pro debut. Will he even fight again? Maybe. But yeah, I think Kalinga can get, if you look at the highlights, if he puts him on the back foot and it works for him.
Yeah, it's interesting as well. I mean, even if you do a segment of like a highlights package from that one, you'll see very little because there's moments when Kalingi's coming in and he catches Molefe, but that's it. You know, it's like sequences, and then about 2 minutes of just Molefe on his bicycle,
all holding. That's what we've been seeing. Yeah, it's George saying you see a bit of work from one fighter, and that's it.
Well, round number 4, what are we going to get in this one? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are tuning in with us, welcome to Road to Glory Boxing 5 Promotions, brought to you here. This is the 4th bout of the evening and the 4th and final round of this fight.
Now, Kalingi's corner, Colin Nathan, gave him a stern talking to. He told him to push a bit, throw a bit more punches and work a bit. Oh, some good punches landing there.
Well, here we go. Looks like he's catching up to Molefe as well because Molefe is all at seas here. I mean, even the way when he receives a punch, the way he twists Molefe, it's not normal. Let's put it that way.
It's not a boxing way. Oh, he got hit on the top of the head. But yeah, Colin in Kalingi's corner here, Colin Nathan is shouting at him, attack, throw, look. Oh, that was a good shot. He hurt him there.
Well, his hand touched the canvas there, so I wonder what the ruling would have been there.
If the referee saw it, but it should have been a knockdown, but I don't think he saw it. Oh, there's the knockdown. That has to be a knockdown. The referee not counting it.
Lift your head off.
He did just fall there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's just fatigued at this point, you know, at past exhaustion. But this is when Kalingi should be really cashing in because this is where he wanted him.
Yeah, if you look at his corner, both the coaches on top shouting, attack. I think if he lands something clean, this fight's over. But it has to be said, imagine running after someone for 4 rounds the whole time, just chasing and throwing. Oh, what a shot, right hook.
It was going to happen at some points. I mean, there's only so many good things, and I don't think there's many that I could say about Molefe in this fight.
And I mean, just saying Kalenge might be tired because of all the running. What a good right, what a good shot. Fight's over, what a good stoppage.
And there we have it, a first professional win for Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge. And you can see Molefe on the other side of the ring, you know, kind of upset. You know, he wanted to see the distance.
I think that's all he wanted to come and do here. That was it, to see the distance.
Yeah, I mean that's a shame for him. It's a goal that he didn't check off today. But you know, at the end of the day, Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge announces himself with a 4th round stoppage there, and it's a KO because the referee counted him out.
Yeah, and then the thing is, a lot of people say, yeah, but it didn't look good. His opponent didn't make him look good at all. He didn't give any resistance, any fight back, nothing. Kalenge did what he had to do. Yeah, here's some highlights. Let's see if we can see the right hand.
And it did touch the canvas there, as you can see, just straight, but obviously not seen. And there we go. And it wasn't even a hard punch that landed in that right hand. It was just like knocked him off balance, and you know, this was pure fatigue. He couldn't recover.
Yeah, and I can understand why he was upset that they stopped it. But I think in any of the 4 rounds that we've had, if he went down, they could have stopped it, because he was not out to win or to do anything to show any sort of resistance.
Well, there he is there. But thank goodness he's okay and he's fine. At the end of it, of course, Dr. Selepe in the corner there with him, checking him out and passing him okay. And then we have on our screen your winner by knockout, Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge.
And sorry, I have to say, there's another thing with the loser here. The problem is, Molefe, people are watching you. They're watching you. Will they want to watch you fight again? You want to sell yourself to promoters to get you more fights. The other losers we had before this, we'd want to see them fight because everyone was here to win, to fight. Yeah, not this fight.
You're right, Hex, and he didn't show the hunger for promoters to be eager to put him back on again. Because you can even see sometimes when people lose, they can still put a good show up. Not his case. He's going to have to do a lot of refining. Let's head over to the official time of the knockout with our referee, with our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our boxers a big round of applause. After 4 rounds, this fight has failed to go the distance, with our timekeeper, Kome Molefe, stopping the clock with 1 minute and 44 seconds in the 4th round. Your winner, by way of TKO, is Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge. We're in the ring with our winner just to get his thoughts after a successful debut, and it ended with a knockout. Good fight. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good, a bit disappointed. I didn't do what I have to do in the first 2 rounds, but yeah, regardless, I got the win.
Well, you had to go the distance. I mean, he also came to fight, but he went down a couple of times and you still had to keep going. What was going through your mind, and how did the words from your corner affect your boxing in round 3 and 4?
No, it didn't affect anything. I told you, I've been working with the best. I've been hanging around with the best, training the best, with the likes of Kafu, Sequence, Nonchinga, Cat, all the best. And yeah, I just want to be an attraction, I told you in the interview.
You mentioned some big boxing names there. Do you look to achieve what Kafu has achieved? Do you look to achieve what the special one has achieved?
You get that answer in the next fight. For now, I just wanted to thank Hayden, because I promised him the win. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. And there's your winner, Emmanuel the Beast Kalenge. And next up, we have Leroy Booysens coming up against the brother of Emmanuel, Moses Sugar Kalenge. We'll see you soon after the break.
Have you ever had a dream? A dream where you found something you loved and pursued it And no one, not even your own family, could stop you chasing this dream. Since I was 8 years, my dream was just to be a champion. I was just a boy from NU8 in Tanzania, trying to be a world champion, not only in South Africa, to the world. Hundreds of fights, hundreds of wins. And there was nothing could stop me. I was going through everyone and everything until I got to Ireland, get into this fight.
The South African boxing professional Ludumo Lamati in critical condition after a fight with Englishman Nick Ball. Doctors are not sure if he will make it at this time.
Round 4, that's where everything just changed. He hit me here at the back of the head. It felt like something was hitting me like a pole, hitting me, bah. As a fighter, you only know not to quit. Just keep going forward, but once they hit you at the back of your ear, sorry.
He's down. Ludumo Lamati, after 12 rounds, has fallen down.
I was in a coma for 7 days, and part of my skull was placed in my stomach. They took a rib and they put it in my head. The doctor started to cut me here all the way down. Me, my recovery in my mind was to train to get back in the fight. And then the doctors came, and I was told that if I ever stepped in the ring again, this miracle will be undone. So that means I can't fight again. Can you imagine, since you were 8, you're doing this? That's the only thing you know. And then just like that, flesh, take it. And then I took it. You took punches in boxing. Also, this one is a punch. It's a life. Yeah. The dream was gone to become a world champion. But like I said, I'm a fighter. So from darkness, I choose light. I don't let the dream die. I give it a light that would inspire the next generation. My dream wasn't for me, but it meant I could make more dreams. So I just opened a gym so that any fighter from anywhere can just come and live his dream. A device like Xiaomi 14T helps me capture these new dreams, the moments with my fighters, with my clients, and now I'm living my dream. My name is Ludu, a miracle man, a fighter, a dreamer, and this is how I capture my dreams. How will you capture yours?
A very heartwarming story there, as we've seen Ludumo 9-0 Lamati, of course the miracle man that made it all the way back from that night in Northern Ireland. And we head over to the next bout of the evening, the highly anticipated debut as well of the brother Moses Sugar Kalengi, as he comes up against other pro debutant Leroy Booysens. Let's head over to our ring announcer Mokomotsi Sisetse. All right, we'll just wait until Mokomotsi Sisetse's mic is sorted out there. 2 debuts, Hex, that we got coming up here. Of course, the boxers are going to be wanting to get in that ring as soon as possible.
And both look like good fighters. We know that Kalengi, we saw his brother, so let's see what Booysens can do.
Slow Poison against Sugar today. 2 interesting names, Hex. Of course, both of these boxers have never boxed before, yet they have nicknames. That's very interesting.
That sometimes happens. And I like both the nicknames. I have to say, I used to have a sparring partner, Mr. Slow Poison, and Sugar is such a synonymous name in boxing. It's insane.
Thank you, Hayden. Our next fight is scheduled to take place over 4 rounds in the junior lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of Eldos Gauteng through the 3 Kids Boxing Gym, Leroy Slow Poison Booysens.
Well, there we have on our screens Leroy Slow Poison Booysens, and of course a beautiful professional debut for him. He walks out there, you can see he's got the man in his corner, Stephen Msimanga, and of course his head trainer as well, who's in the corner. And they'll be preparing him, of course, all the way from Eldorado Park.
And they breed him tough in Alders, I have to say.
His opponent, fighting out of Yeovil, Gauteng, through the Hot Box Gym, Moses Sugar Kalingwi.
Well, he has the final family member out of all the families today, and he is, of course, Moses Sugar Kalengi. He's got good personality as well, this guy. You know, I've seen him outside of the ring. I've seen him in preparation for this fight as well, Hicks. You know, he's someone that he's got something as well coming out of the Fight Inside program as well.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful program. It's brought up. Look, you can see the talent we already got from there, and it's got a good corner with him right now.
Your officials for this fight, starting with the judges. Judge Mfundo Mvandaba, Judge Pumeza Zinagile, Judge Tabos Pampu are all ringside for this fight. Your referee for this fight is Toto Shweni. Your timekeeper for this fight is Coleman Molefe. Your ringside doctors are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Silipe. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are in the ring. It's time for us to get this show on the road. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 58.95 kgs, making his professional debut with us here tonight. He's in the black trunks, Leroy Slow Poison Booysens. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 58.50 kgs, making his professional debut with us here tonight. He's in the black and gray trunks. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Moses Sugar So Sweet Kalingwi. Boxers, the ring is yours.
There might be a boxers. Can shake hands and go back to your corner. Let's do it.
Put it back.
Yes. Yes.
All right, there we had the official introduction there from our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse. And of course, this is another fight in the ring. We are halfway through the night. Fight number 5, Moses Sugar Kalengi against Leroy Slow Poison Booysens. I'm liking that both of these guys are in it. Now, this is a better fight.
Good shot. It landed. It was a shot. I think he slipped, but it was a shot that landed when he went down.
Yeah, I think it was just over-roaring. Yeah, I think Moses Kalengi is just going to jump back on Leroy Booysens here.
And he can throw a hard shot. You can see that. You can see that Kalengi is the better school fighter between the two.
He's sugar, he's sweet, and he's come here to be absolutely destruction. But here comes Slow Poison back.
Slow Poison looks one of those guys, hands up and walks forward. Oh, he's taken some hard shots and he's still going for it.
Oh, big flurry there from Moses Kalengi.
No, Booysens can't keep on taking shots like that, and his corner throws in the towel.
Yeah, I think good call. He was taking damage there as well, and the corner throwing in the towel there.
No, his corner was a good amateur trainer as well. I've known him for years as well. Good stoppage. He wasn't hurt, but rather protect your fighter for the next time. Rather than him come out here, he was overmatched and his corner saw it and they did the right thing.
What a result for Moses Sugar Kalengi, obviously announcing himself with a second stoppage in a row. So both of the Kalengi brothers registering a stoppage on their professional debuts, which is a good night for the family.
And both look quite good, I have to say. Previous brother's opponent that I want him to look good, he had the perfect opponent. Someone that was standing there, he had some highlights of it.
Yeah, and it was a short night there, and you could see that was a landed punch, so a good call from the referee to give him the count there. And from then on, Booysens, he tried to fight out of it as well, and I'd say he's a very brave man. I respect someone that can come in there and still show us some boxing. Look to put a show on for the fans. I'm sure, as you said, he was overmatched. I think he'll come back again, and if they take it, you know, a little bit easier with slow poison, I think he's got something there.
No, he's tough, he's strong. You can see he's still learning. But yeah, he was just in against the, sorry to say this, but the much better boxer in this instance. Always room to improve, always room to come back and do it again.
You could see the excitement on his face. It's been a long preparation for the boxers, you know, to get to this point. Yes, it's a pro debut, and yes, it's only 4 rounds, but the amount of time spent in the gym learning from the other pros, you know, the likes of like Lorato Glamini, you know, the guys like that have brought him up. And that's quality sparring.
Yeah, at the hot box gym, I don't think he will get any better sparring. He's sparring with probably the best fighter in the country there. What else can you ask for? The sparring he gets there isn't anything better.
No, exactly. I mean, that's what he is. And the more and more you mix it up in the company of those guys, the more and more results you're going to get like this, where, you know, he fought Booysens today, highly confident. He knew what he was doing, and you almost had the certainty, you know, in what he was doing, like, you know, even the defensive side of things.
Yeah, most definitely. And you see that the work he's put in has worked for him. Like you said, it's the guys that you have around you that inspire you. He's got some guys to look up to at that gym, I have to say.
All right, and you can see again there's Sean Ness in the corner there as well. We're going to get there. Obviously, Leroy Booysens, not his day today, but it's of course Moses Kalengi. And yeah, of course, a nice day for the Kalengi family as a unit. And let's get the official time of the stoppage as we head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our boxers a big round of applause. After just 1 round, this fight has failed to go the distance. And our referee, Toto Shweni, stopped the fight after the towel was thrown in. Ladies and gentlemen, this fight results at 1 minute and 3 seconds in the first round. Your winner by way of technical knockout, TKO, is Moses Kaliwi. We're in the ring with our winner just to get his thoughts. Quite a short fight. I'm sure you must be disappointed because you wanted to go the distance.
I actually went exactly how I planned it. I mean, I've been working on body shots and trying to time and walk my man down. So yeah, everything went in place.
So when you're looking back at this fight, obviously the distance was not there, but you got, you know, some time in the ring. How do you feel this is your professional debut? How do you feel about it going forward?
Yo, I feel so good, and I want to give a big thank you to Boxing 5, a big thank you to my coaches, a big thank you to Uncle Larry, a big thank you to everybody who's been helping. I mean, everything has been great, and thank you to the people tuning in. I mean, everybody that came here to love and support the guys and the boxers here. It's been great. I mean, we're doing our debut, so it's something big. Thank you guys. I love you guys all, and thanks, yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
All right, well, we'll soon catch up with the next fight. Tuso Mapalele against Liam Fox will come up next, and I've got a special surprise guest as soon as we come back.
You ready? Let's go. Yeah. For those of you that want to know what we're all about, it's like this, y'all. This is 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name. He doesn't need his name up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic or feels so unlike everybody else, alone in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor, M. Shinoda, Styles of Beyond, Ryu, Top Fear, Machine Shop.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I did mention that I had a special guest that'll be coming up here on the Boxing 5's Road to Glory. Phumelela, the Truth Kafu, is joining me right here. Phumelela, what have you made of the boxing so far on this evening?
Good evening, Hayden, and thank you for having me. It's been some really good bouts, and also as we saw some female bouts here, and they fought very well, both of them. I think it's a potential fight of the night. It's nice to see, man, people making the pro debuts and performing, because, you know, man, every fight is important. I feel like, but your pro debut is very important, because you got to make a statement and show the people that you're here and you mean business.
And of course, the Kalengi brothers both getting wins by stoppage tonight. The only two that have been stoppages today. What did you make of the brothers? Yeah, the brothers performed very well. I've been working with them. I've been sparring them. They're very good, and they've been saying that they're ready for this fight. And I think they're going to be world champions, man, because they're performing and they're committed and they're disciplined. So I think they have every tool in the box to become world champions. So yeah. One of the biggest kept secrets now in the game is your next fight. Everyone's asking questions, and obviously there was a small announcement yesterday as to where you'll be fighting, but against the opponent, it's still a mystery. Yeah, man, my upcoming fight is huge. I think people should be waiting. It's huge, and those who love me will be very excited to see the opportunity that's coming. It's very huge, man. It's huge for me. It's huge for African boxing. It's huge for everyone, man, around me. So yeah, man, it's gonna be a huge fight. That's all I can promise my fans. And one thing I can promise also is that I'm gonna win that fight. Well, I'm looking forward to it. And of course, you were originally scheduled to be on the May 24 tournament on Boxing 5 Promotions, which is still going ahead at Carnival City with an amazing card. What did you think of that one coming up? Yeah, it's an amazing card, and I was looking forward to fighting to that, because it's very good guys that are fighting there. You have Sequence, you have Kat, you have Lamati, so it would have been good being known that I'll be headlining that though. But yeah, man, unfortunate for me. But yeah, I've got a big thing coming up. I'm excited for myself also, so yeah. It's not too bad being a WBO world champion fighting on the international stage. You'll be seeing the news really soon about Phumelela, the Truth Kafu. But let's resume with the action today as we head over to our ring announcer, Mokomoti Sisetse.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is scheduled to take place over 4 rounds in the junior welterweight division. Allow me to introduce first, fighting out of Polokwane, Limpopo, Tuso Mphahlele.
Here comes Tuso, and he unfortunately originally missed weight on the scale by 2 kilograms. He did go for a run and lost a kilogram, but still fell short. But he's coming up against Liam Fox today as Tuso Mphahlele. And of course, we're looking forward to this as well. You know, Tuso stepped in at short notice as well. It's important to say, 2 weeks before the fight, Liam Fox's opponent dropped out, and you know what? Tuso put his hand up and he said, you know what, I'm ready. On 2 weeks' notice, I'm ready. And of course, we're going to see what sort of performance he puts in tonight.
No, the thing is, he stepped in his ring. He didn't make weight. How good was his training camp?
His opponent, fighting out of Boksburg, Ekurhuleni, Liam Fox.
Well, a definite crowd favorite. You can hear the amount of people that are cheering for this guy. And of course, he has been trained by young trainer Danny De Oliveira. Liam Fox,
Yeah, the guy you said does not need a nickname. Liam Fox just suits him. It's a nickname in itself. And it's so true, he doesn't need one. And yes, a very good trainer, up-and-coming trainer, who's working hard to make a name for himself.
Your officials for this fight, starting with the judges. Judge Linda Tlakeni. Judge Pumeza Zinagile. Judge Tony Nyangiwe. Your referee for this fight, Tabo Spampul. Your timekeeper is Coleman Molefe. Your ringside doctors are Dr. Stephen Saad and Dr. Stephen Selepe. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxer in the ring. It's time to get this show on the road! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 65.00 kgs, with a career record of 1 fight and 1 loss. He's in the red trunks, Tuso Mphahlele. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 63.00 kgs, making his professional debut with us here tonight. He's in the black and silver trunks, Liam Fox. Boxers, the ring is yours.
Right, there we had the official referee's instructions from our referee, Tabo Swampul, as he contests this junior welterweight contest, otherwise known as the super lightweight division. We have 4 rounds. Round number 1 is officially underway.
And two guys looking to get off to it quick. Liam walking straight at him from the very start of the fight.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting sort of style. And you can see Liam Fox is opening up a little bit there, getting an extension of the arms there and landing there. He obviously has his own boxing gym. I just want to say box with Fox as well. So, you know, for everyone who wants to train with him, that's one of his facilities. But of course, he trains at the Real Boxing with Danny De Oliveira. As I said before in the build-up, a good young trainer. And of course, Tuso Mphahlele stepping up on a short notice fight here and getting landed on a beautifully uppercut. Well. I don't think he's getting up on that.
Just saw his coach shouting at you. I told you, 1 round, I told you.
Danny did tell me 1 round. I'm going to give him that. You know, and he's going to listen back to this commentary. And he looked over at me and said, I told you so. And there we have it, Liam Fox by first round knockout.
Who's happier? The coach or the fighter? The coach or the fighter? The highlights. Oh, good straight right, but a good right uppercut there.
Yeah, the straight right, the uppercut and straight right again. You know, good combination there. And of course, Tuso not able to, you know, get up for the count. And of course, good boxing from Liam Fox. You know, it's nice to see punches as well in the division.
Yeah, it's not really a test for him, so we didn't see much of him. We couldn't really see how much he can offer. But he did what he had to do to win. He walked in there, took care of a guy that was not in his league, and did what he had to do.
Well, that's what you've got to do with the guys in the beginning of your career, especially when you come in with a reputation. And let me tell you something about Liam Fox. You know, he's leveled up immensely. You know, from the time that I first saw him get in the ring, which was about, I'll roughly say about a year and a half ago, to where he is today. He's a different boxer.
Well, yeah, I've heard you actually talking about it. He's improved immensely. He looks good. He looks like he can hit. Looks like he's got a decent punch behind him.
That's the one thing that his coach, before the fight, you know, I had a conversation with Danny, and he said, you know, this kid's special, he can punch, and that's the one thing that's going to equalize in this fight. And he said, Hayes, 1 round knockout here, I promise you. And luckily I didn't take a bet with him because I would have come up short there.
Yeah, no, he did what he had to do, and he looked good doing it. Has to be said. But yeah, you can see why Danny's impressed with him. He looks like a good fighter, looks like he can hit, and let's see what the future holds for him.
Right, well, we'll get the official time of the stoppage. We just wait for the referee, and let's head over to the official time with our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you, Hayden. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our boxers a big round of applause. After one round, this fight has failed to go the distance with timekeeper Coleman Malefa recording a time of 1 minute and 4 seconds in the first round. Your winner by way of technical knockout, TKO, is Liam Fox. Liam, a very short fight. How are you feeling after that?
I feel amazing. I feel great. You look in the crowd there, I got so much support. Shout out to my support. But in all honesty, I just want to give all the glory to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And thank you to everyone who came out to put on the show for you guys.
Your corner was behind you the whole way in preparation of this fight. Can you tell us how intense was the prep?
Camp was crazy, bro. But we made it. We're here. We're strong. I'm ready to go again. Bring on another fight, man.
What's next for you?
I'll leave that up to my team, man. I'll be ready. I'll stay ready. As many fights as possible this year. Let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you, man. Cheers.
Let's go back to our commentators, Hickey Butler and Hayden Jones.
All right, thank you very much, Mokomotsi. What a sensational first round stoppage there from Liam Fox. We go over to the next bout, which will feature Brian Shikwane and Simnikiwe Bonko. We'll get that one straight after the break. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Boxing 5's Road to Glory. We're going to have up next Brian Shikwane coming up against the former bronze medalist at the Commonwealth Games, Simnikiwe Bonko, and we'll get there shortly. Let's head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you, Hayden. Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is scheduled to take place over 4 rounds in the junior middleweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of Letlhabile Northwest, Brian, the Plastic Man, Shikwane.
Well, there we have the man on the screen there, Brian Shikwane, most infamous for taking off his shoes in a boxing ring about 4 years ago and continuing. Obviously, that's a really odd occurrence, but you know, he had to. His boxing shoes, he was slipping a lot, and he was being innovative. And in South African boxing, you can technically do that.
Yeah, and he did beat him when he took them off. He actually did beat him in the fight. He's one of those guys, like I said, that was 4 years ago. He's had 5 fights. It's like he's on and off, and you never know if he's coming back, and then he pops up again. That's his career.
His opponent, fighting from Eastern Cape but based in Gauteng, Simnikiwe Bonko.
Here's a man that received a lot of hype before his last fight, you know, and he got a draw. He felt despondent. He's making a comeback in his eyes. You know, he was on the verge of quitting the sport, in his words. And it took a lot, and he's back with his trainer, Shannon Stratham. He's here to demonstrate everything that went wrong in the previous fights and show it today.
Yeah, he wants to show that it was just a fluke. But as you know, you've seen him as well as an amateur. He's got talent, so much. Might just have been that first pro fight jitters that has got him. It does happen to some guys. He's talented, and let's see if he can do better in this fight. God willing, he can, to show how good he is.
Yeah, I think we've yet, especially in the professional ranks, that is, to see how good Simnikiwe Bonko is. I think we're still seeing and learning about him as a professional. You know, it's two different sports, amateur and professional boxing, completely. So let's see what adaptations he's made. I know that he's put a lot more time into the gym in this fight, and I think a motivated Simnikiwe Bonko is a very dangerous man.
Yeah, most definitely. He wants to prove that, like I said, it was just a fluke, and let's see what he can do for us.
Your officials for this fight, starting with our judges. Judge Jaap van Nieuwenhuizen, Judge Tony Nangiwe, and Judge Pumeza Zinagile are all ringside. Your referee for this fight is Thabo Spampul. Your timekeeper for this fight is Coleman Malefe. Your ringside doctors are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Selepe. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are in the ring. It's time to get the show on the road. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 69.50 kgs, with a career record of 5 fights, 1 win, 4 losses, no draws, no knockouts. He's in the white and black stripes, Brian, the Plastic Man, Shakwane. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 68.50 kgs, with a total career record of 1 fight, 1 draw, no wins, no losses. He's in the black trunks, Simnikiwe Bonko! Fighters, the ring is yours.
Right, so well, there we have it, the official referee instructions. Referee Thabo Swampul in the ring. He officiated the previous bouts, and he's back in there. And again, it is the comeback, so to speak, of Simnikiwe Bonko. I know it's only been 1 fight, ladies and gentlemen, but in his mind, you know, he was really unsatisfied with his previous fight.
Yeah, and he's more talented than that fight showed. He's got a tricky opponent in front of him now. That Chicano always comes to fight. He's got a losing record, but he's such an awkward guy to fight.
Yeah, let's see what sort of performance he's bringing in today. You can see immediately on the onset, Simnikiwe Bonko lacing some big punches there. Now, if you watch the Commonwealth Games and you watched Simnikiwe go, that left hook of his is particularly impressive. You know, he used it to great aplomb there. But of course, he's more than just a left hook. He's a proper boxer. So let's see what he does there. But you saw he did touch Shakwane early on with the left hook. Shakwane touching him with the right hand there. And Simnikiwe just being elusive on the inside, on the outside, obviously moving vertically there.
And you can see the way he's throwing that right hand. He's like sitting on it. He wants to show that he's got the power in those hands as well.
Yeah, more concentrated this time around. I mean, Shakwane is also going to be someone that, as you mentioned, a little bit awkward, Hicks, but he's going to come forward, he's going to make it a fight at the very least. Caught with the left hook there.
Oh, a very good shot. He's just swinging for the fence. He was really hurt there.
Yeah, and there it is again. You know, when you watch the Commonwealth Games, you could see exactly what made Simnikiwe so successful, and it was his timing of punches more so than ever. But you know, when he did land, you could see the guys respected his power, Hicks.
Yeah, but you can see with his body flow. Look at his neck muscles. Look at his back. You can see he's a strong kid. He's got power. And you're right. When watching those amateur fights, when you can hurt someone the way he did as an amateur, you can punch. A very good left hook thrown again there from him.
So we're seeing the left hook becoming an occurrence in the fight, and when he lands it, Hicks, you can see Shakwane is uncomfortable. You know, he's a little bit off balance. I wouldn't say he's particularly buzzed and hurt really badly, but you can see it sets him off.
I think if Bonko just picks up, there's another one of those fights, if he picks up the pace a little bit, throws a few more punches, he might have Shokani really hurt, because those left hooks are stunning him every time.
I think he's got a little bit of reservations because of the way he started the first fight. If you remember correctly, he started off like a house on fire for the first 2 rounds, and his gas tank. And there's the left hook, right hand. What a connection there from Simnakiwe Bonko. When he puts it together, it's calculated. Shokwane falling over his punches at the moment. Beautiful, beautiful boxing there from Simnakiwe Bonko.
No, Shokane just blinking a few times after those shots. And it's right what you said, that the first fight he ran out like a house on fire, throwing punches from everywhere, and just burnt himself out, and it cost him in the end. He's more collected, more calm this time, but I think if he picks it up 5%, he can get the stoppage out.
And let's face it, a guy like Simnakiwe Bonko with the amount of amateur fights, I think it's like, he says it's over 300 amateur fights. You expect him to enter the 6-round phase, if he gets 2 wins, and, you can see him picking up really fast. He is a slow starter typically, and I think the approach for the last fight particularly wasn't as good thing for him. This time round, he's looking a lot better.
Yeah, I think the problem with that first fight, he was a Commonwealth guy, he was this great amateur, this great fighter. He wanted to prove everybody right. He wanted to show his class, and it just got to him. I think it just he over pushed himself, like you said, overworked, pushed those first 2 rounds, and he just did too much. He was too hyped in his own mind.
Good clean boxing this time around, and you can see calm heads in the corner there. Shannon Stratham and Colin Nathan obviously pulling him together there, and a lot is expected of him. And I guess the pressure of being an amateur champion and a stalwart and a guy that people talk about more often. These are the guys that get the interviews, more so than some of the other guys, because there's a story. Getting off his stool rather slow there was Shokwane, and the referee's obviously going to take them to both neutral corners. What did you make of him coming out of the corner slowly there, Hicks?
It might just be a tactic. Bonko got up very quickly. I was one of those, I'd sit until the bell rang and I had to get up. But it's different for everyone. Some fights I got up halfway in the break. It depends how you feel. It might just be a tactic to give him that extra bit of rest, which I think he needed after that first round. He took some good shots.
Well, now we see a little bit of Simnakiwe on the back foot. We're seeing Brian Shokwane putting pressure on, and look at Shokwane coming forward there. A little bit off balance. His feet are not really allowing him to balance correctly. You can see he's jumping a lot. Shokwane is throwing uncalculated punches.
Yeah, that's what I said. He's an awkward guy. Everything he does looks wrong. He took a short shot there actually from Bonko and just took a step back and wobbled a little bit. But everything he does, look the way he stands. Oh, good left hook. Everything he does just looks wrong.
Oh, that body. In that instance.
But the referee told him to get up, and then he was fine. He didn't go down. The other shots were not low. There was one low shot in there.
Yeah, we just stopped that whole proceedings just to make a point. Unnecessary there. But anyway, the fight resumes, and another left hook catches them on the angle there. This time was Bonko.
Yeah, I think Bonko just again, if he just steps it up a little bit, he can get the stoppage out. He's landing the cleaner shots. But Shokane is making a bit more of a fight over the shot. He's coming a bit forward, doing a bit more work, trying to push the pressure a bit.
We'll remember, and if my memory serves me right, Joshua Feldman also fought against Shokwane as well. And he was an up-and-coming boxer. He is an up-and-coming boxer, and you can see there's Simnakiwe. He's now going to put the pressure on. He's now going to look to back up Shokwane. Shokwane is not looking really good right now, and this is the stage that Bonko needs to sit on his opponents and really make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah, you can see his opponent's hurt. He's just, as he's waiting for that one clean shot, even his corner, Shannon Stratham shouting at him, attack, pressure. And now he's on the back foot waiting again.
He had his man hurt there. I wonder what his reservations were. Maybe picking a better punch, maybe he wasn't keen on engaging, he wasn't feeling good in that instance.
Or he still has his last fight in the back of his mind. Still there. Wasn't the performance he wanted, wasn't the performance expected of him. So that might still play a role.
One will only hope with a man of his caliber that, his mental demons with regards to that. But he's going down to the body. Brilliant work there. Simnakiwe Bonko dropping his man, Brian Shokwane. I don't think he gets up on this, Hicks.
It was a clean, short left hook. Takes everything out of you.
Is he going to beat the count? No, he is not. And there we go. Winner by stoppage into the second round. Your man, Simnikiwe Bongo. And you can see the emotions here.
He's so happy. Sorry I jumped in there, I'm sorry. But yeah, you can see the tears. He was so happy. This is the performance he expected in the first fight. He got it in his second.
There's the thoughts of Hicks. I mean, you would have felt the emotions of an occasion. Obviously, he had a lot of mental things to get over in this fight, and I'm sure a win like this is going to help him a lot. And look at the amounts of happiness on him. I mean, this is good. This is a good thing for him.
Yeah, most definitely. It gets that confidence back, gets that will in your back. Like I said, he was thinking of retiring because he performed so bad his last fight. And then to have a performance like this, just take the guy out that shouldn't be in there with you. Looked beautiful doing it. It's a performance he needed to maybe, how can I say, defeat those demons in the back of your head. Am I good enough for this? He looked good enough today.
Well, that's it as well. It wasn't just a win, it was a stoppage win as well. So that obviously gives you, respect in the division as well. Guys just need to come in there and they need to take note of him. Of course, the next matchup for him is going to be very interesting, but let's have a look at that the highlight stage. You saw Shikwane was trying there. He was trying to put on the pressure. You mentioned his awkwardness, and there we have it. Simnikiwe put it on, and you can see at this point he was hurt, and this is where he took the foot off the pedal and eventually went back down to the body there. That left hook to the body, dug it again. Oh, and Shikwane just didn't want it. The air got let out of the tires there.
Oh, it was like 3 clean left hooks that landed there without answer. No, it looked beautiful. Beautiful shots, beautiful placement in the shots. He looked very good.
Great performance there from your man on camera. Simnikiwe Bongo, trained by Shannon Stratham, and of course he has cornerman Colin Nathan there as well, all fighting out of the Hot Box gym. But of course it's been a long journey to get to the pro ranks, and there we have Brian Shikwane, who unfortunately now goes 1 win and 5 losses in his career. He's going to have to reassess at this point, Hicks.
No, he's becoming one of those guys that are making young and upcoming fighters like Bongo look good. There are guys that do it, not a lot in South Africa and other countries like in America, in England. There's guys that they get in just to fight young and upcoming fighters. They've got like 40, 50 fights, they've got like 40, 50 losses. And they get paid a decent salary to do that. I don't know, in South Africa, he looks like he's going to become one of those guys. Doesn't really happen here. You don't want it to happen. You don't see guys taking beatings over and over and over.
The words you're looking for there, Hicks, journeyman. I think that's the one, and unfortunately, but some boxers make, as you said, if they, especially particularly in England and in the USA, a journeyman is a respectable career. But obviously, in the instance of a journeyman, you've got to look to at least go the distance and make your upcoming prospects work for their results. Anyway, we are going to get the not just yet. Some pictures are being taken there on Bongo's camp, and of course, let's get the official time of the stoppage with our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you, Hayden. Before we go into the results, I just wanted to remind everyone that after tonight's last fight, we'll be watching the Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben fight on the big screen. So don't be in a hurry to leave. We're going to be watching the Chris Eubank Jr. fight versus Conor Ben. After 2 rounds, this fight has failed to go the distance, ending with 2 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock in the second round. Your winner, by way of knockout, is Simnikiwe Bongo! We're in the ring with the winner just to get his thoughts. Obviously, he's looking very proud of himself. Big smile on your face. How are you feeling?
First of all, I would like to thank God for this opportunity. I'd like to thank my mom. The people that have been pushing me behind, my coach, my manager. Remember the last time we didn't go as expected. It was a bit of a shaky moment, but now we're back. We came back with a spectacular knockout. No one can talk now. We're here. Yeah.
It must feel that much sweeter because it's a straight knockout. It's not a technical knockout. How does that make you feel as a boxer looking forward into your career?
It makes me feel good. This is the beginning of great things. I don't want to lie. We take it from there. From here, we're going to take it. We're going to go back to gym on Monday, work from it. We're going to get better, We're crazy. We're chasing greatness here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Lastly, I would like to say thank you to my sponsors, to you Foods, for helping me during this fight.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Boxing 5 Promotions, A Road to Glory. We are getting to that point of the evening now where we're stepping into the co-main event of the evening. And of course, we've got another two young, exciting boxers coming up here, Hickey Butler. And we've had a good night so far, haven't we, Hex?
Yeah, it's been exciting. There's been knockouts. There's been, especially the last was a good one. Some exciting hard fights. The next one, a very good one, all action. Mbeki is a good fighter. He hits extremely hard. He's fighting a guy that's got a very interesting nickname. V12, Big Engine V12 1.5. Sounds interesting.
Yeah, it does sound really interesting, as we will step into that co-main event of the evening. As you see the two men on your screens, 2-0, Luka Mabisa coming up against Tabang Mufula, who is 1 win and 2 losses. We look forward to this one as we step into the 4 rounds. And let's head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thank you, Adrian Jones. I believe you'll be staying to watch Chris Eubank take on Conor Ben on the big screen.
Yes, I will be.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is scheduled to take place over 6 rounds in the junior featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting from Kanana Orkney in the northwest, Tabang Big Engine V12 Mafula.
What a nickname that is from Tabang Mafula. And he walks out of the ring with Charity Bukhaledi and of course formerly training with Bernie Paleman as well. He had 1 win with the camp. He went 2 losses on the road, and now he's returned back to his old stable now in order to try and turn the tides on his career. He's got Tank written on his back as well. So, I mean, there is the man right there. He's looking forward to stepping it up. And, of course, this is the co-main event of the evening, Hickey Butler. I mean, this is going to be another one of those. On paper, it doesn't look like much, but I think it's going to be a good one.
And his opponent, fighting out of the City of Gold, Johannesburg, Lukolo, all action, Mabagde!
There is the first boxer that was ever produced by Sean Ness in the professional ranks, Luka Mabetse. I think he's also going to want to prove something in his fights. Every single time he comes to the ring, his name is all action, Hickey. I mean, and that's exactly what he brings.
Yeah, but I think if you look at his record, he's 2-0. I've seen this guy spar and hit someone so hard. He's got extreme power in his hands. I don't know why he hasn't gotten any knockouts yet. He's walking completely around the whole ring. That's his style. He likes to be different. I don't think he can come now. He has to run all the way back around. His trainer Sean is laughing at him. He's going to be nice and warm when he gets into the ring.
I think that was the idea, to get in some additional cardio right there. But eventually he gets there.
Your officials for this fight, starting with the judges. Judge Linda Tlakeni. Judge Rian Janse van Rensburg. Judge Don Bench. Your referees for this fight is referee Toto Schwene. Your timekeeper for this fight is Coleman Melefe. Your ringside doctors are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Selepe. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to get our co-main event on the road to glory! Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 54.2 kgs, with a total career record of 3 fights, 1 win, 2 losses, no draws, and 1 knockout. He's in the black and white trunks, Tabang Big Engine V12.5 Mafula. his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 55.25 kgs, with a total career record of 2 fights, 2 wins, no losses, no draws, and no knockouts. He's in the black and gold trunks. Lucolo, all action! Back there! Boxers, the ring is yours.
My instructions at all times. Am I clear from us? You can shake hands and go back to your corners. Let's do it.
Well, there we go, the co-main event of the evening, the second last fight of the night, and we're having Tabang Mafula against Luko Mabete. I think it's going to be a good one, this one, Hex, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, both of these guys look like they wanna go at it. They look ready and psyched for the fight.
They do indeed. Nice jab down to the body from Luko immediately there. He is a pressure fighter. That's what we know. And of course, Tabang Mafula, he's been out of the ring for 3 years, so he's going to be having to shake off that rust.
That's true. A lot of guys say, "Oh, you can spar, and sparring helps." Sparring doesn't help with the rust. In sparring, you want to learn. In a fight, you want to really hurt someone. But yeah, it looks like a good technical fight so far. Both these guys look, like I said in the start, look like they wanted to be here. Let's see what they can dish out for us.
No, exactly. I think you gotta look out for it, and you just see the immediate differences just in stature between the two. Mafula looking the bigger man, between the two. Luko as well. He's 2-0, so on paper the favorite, but that's not always the case when you get in the ring.
Yeah, the thing is you don't know who Tabang fought against. It might have been 2 guys that he lost against that are very talented. You never know. But yeah, Luko is the favorite, but it looks like an interesting fight, one for you, one for me at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, if his nickname has anything, he's an engine. So let's see what he can produce in this fight. And so far a very even matchup between the two. Both landing. But I'm glad that they're engaging. Oh, both getting caught.
Both hitting each other with left hooks there. I don't think Luko was hurt there. I think he just leaned back on the shot and he got caught in a good angle.
Yeah, I think balance is the key there for him. And you're right, it does happen a lot. And you can see just holding Luko for a little bit longer. There was Tabang Malufa. But game opponents, this is what it is. Both of these guys evenly matched from the onsets, and I think this has got a potential for fight of the night here.
Yeah, the only thing is these guys are fighting 4-round fight, or is this a 6-rounder?
This is a 4-round fight, right?
4-rounder. So they need to step in there and win. You want to win the rounds and you want to win them quick.
No,
they are only 4.
Don't do that, okay?
Oh, Tabang hitting after the referee said break there.
Yeah, you got to be careful for that. So that's the first official warning there for Malufa. And again, you've got to listen to the referee. And but if you Luko as well,
don't hold his head.
You can't just look at the referee either. You got to still keep your hands up. You got to keep your wits about you.
Yeah, you always protect yourself. That's the first thing you learn as a boxer. Protect yourself at all times. That's what the referee firstly says. And that leaning back, I don't know where he gets that.
I gotta be honest, as soon as that happened, I looked to my right hand side because the commentary box is situated in the blue corner, and I saw Sean Ness's face, and he wasn't happy with it.
Break the back, break.
I would also not be happy if I was the coach.
Round number 1 in the books. Very close round, Hex. Hard one to score for me. I don't know how you had that one.
I think Luko landed the better shot, but it wasn't so convincing that it's like, he definitely won. It could have gone depending on what the judges thought either way.
Yeah, I mean, look at that co-main event of the evening, the way it started. I like it. It's evenly matched though. This is the thing I like. You want to see the boxers do their best and come out. And let's see who makes the adaptations, who makes the changes here that really will lift and elevate the boxers to win this fight. Because the way it'll go now, every round like this, I can be seeing it as a draw.
The thing is as well, with you're the co-main event. Like you said, it's even interesting round. You've got both of them got big nicknames. Show us something more. Show us why you're the co-main event. Why they put their trust in you guys. Show us that.
Yeah, as you step up in levels as well, you've got to look that extra special, especially if you're going to be considered for future builds. I think it's really important to stand out amongst your peers. You know, and this was a barometer event. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is a development tournament where a lot of young prospects really want to show their promoter that they want to be on the bigger tournaments. So it's really a gauge and a barometer test.
Yeah, most definitely. You want to show that, please keep on using me. Get me on the next build. Get me on another future build. And that's especially when it's only 4-round fights. You want to show yourself and show them that you're someone to look out for the future.
I've got to say, Malufa, you know, he's doing well to come on the front foot there. They're both landing almost at the same time again. Very evenly matched. Catches Luka with a jab there was Mufula.
Yeah, and sometimes, as you can see, both of them are since both of them have beat each other with some good shots, both of them are hitting, throwing a few more punches. Maybe that's what they needed, just to connect on each other, and both of them just woke up a bit.
Yeah, your round one sort of weather is gone, and now round two they're starting to open up a little bit more. But again, 1 for 1, and a beautiful work there from Mabitsa there. I think that was better. He hits and he got up the way, and again he's landed there. Is Luka. Oh, but good work from Mufula.
Exactly what you said. Leaning back, he leaned back, and he couldn't move out of the way of the rest of the punches.
It's not a good one there. He's got to stop it. That's a bad habit that he needs to scratch out of his game. They were beautiful work. Nice going down to the body and then finishing with that right hand upstairs.
It just seems to me, as I'm looking at him on our screen, but he's not sitting on his punches. He's throwing good punches, don't get me wrong, but he's not sitting on them, delivering them with the force I think he can.
Yeah, you're right about that. I think that's definitely a feature. And then he tried there. That one was a little bit better, but he missed on that occasion. And there's Mafula on the come forward there, pushing his man onto the ropes. Yes, he's doing a good job of smothering Luko's work as well, and landing punches. Even those little punches on the inside there, like when he has him trapped, count.
Yeah, Luko just needs to... Okay, I know he's still youngster and still learning his trade. You work in there, work the body. Try and get out and work. The ref is shouting at them to break there. But if the guy's landing on him, work the body, do something that work on top, try and push him off, step back. But it's his third fight, he's still learning.
Well, there was an impressive right hand just as he disengaged there from Luka Mabitsa as well, but more of that is required from him because Mufula at the moment is doing the right thing.
Yeah, he's just holding. I think Luka's shots did land like the ball is just holding on now. I don't know if they hurt you.
Don't get me wrong, when I say the right thing, I mean he's doing the right thing in terms of spoiling Luka's work.
Yes, exactly. He's felt, I think, some of his shots and his power, and now he's just spoiling, he's holding him, just making him not work, not able to throw his shots.
Well, we are halfway through this bout already, and it feels like this fight night has really just, gone by so quickly, Hicks, and there's been an exciting bull with a lot of prospects on it, and we've seen more prospects here, even in the co-main events. Although the fighters are co-main eventers, they're still prospects in their own right. They're coming up 4-round fighters, and exciting action.
Oh, it's been entertaining, the whole tournament. There's been a few stoppages, but some good matchmaking, hard fights. Here's some action in the last round.
Let's see a little bit of the jinx in and out there. And they're getting caught there as he disengages. Leaning back there was Luko. That's just a bad habit he needs to scratch. And we mentioned that earlier. There was some beautiful work from him in those instances, especially when he came downstairs and then went over the top. So he had his moments there at Luko, but in terms of formulating a good game plan now that he's seen his opponents, he obviously would have never seen him before. You've got to obviously step left and right, get around your man and look to create an angle.
No, put the pressure, start working, but do something different, because whatever you do, now he's doing the holding. Work, start working. I don't know. It's like they've changed roles this round.
Well, let's see, hopefully the holding part doesn't continue. They're getting caught on the inside there from Mafula, and Mafula's looking to land.
Oh, and he delivers one of his own there.
Break, boxer, step back. Break, step back, break.
Yeah, gotta stop holding like that. Oh, beautiful boxing there, Hex. So that was better. He set it up, and he set it up again. And you know how it is when you have Colin in your corner. He wants, if you're doing it right the first time, he wants it again, and he did it.
Yeah, But I have to say, both these guys are youngsters, are up and coming, but they are both open. They're getting heat with shots that they should not be getting heat with. Better work.
100%. And Hexter, just speak to the technical boxing side, maybe, of Luko. He gets caught there, though. Let's take a break there, because Mafula's coming on the front foot. But Mafula also. I mean, now there's Luko holding there. Mafula, look at there's no intensity there now. He looked at the time. Maybe he's feeling a little bit of the pace.
And Luko definitely felt those shots. You can see he's still holding.
Boxers, come here.
Mine might
You're holding each other now,
still not be clear.
You're holding each other.
But
listen to me. You are holding each other.
Both these guys are getting hit with shots that they should not be getting hit with.
There was some better angles there, but there's the hunger of Mafula to come back there. The referee gave a stern warning there, Hex. He said, I'm tired of you guys holding each other. And I think people at home will say the same thing.
And they're both falling into each other once again, holding each other once again.
Break, boxers, break.
1 for 1 in the clinch there as well.
And both these guys have hurt each other with some good shots. I think Luko really felt those shots in there he hurt his opponent again. Oh, good over and right.
Let's see, Sean Ness, as we said, we often call what we see in the blue corner because they're right next to the commentary box. Sean Ness is looking for... Well, let's hear this. It's a final warning, I think.
1 point.
It's a point taken.
1 point.
The referee said break right next to him, and he kept on hitting. The referee's just getting tired. That was because of the head.
I'll tell you, Hex, 1 point in a fight like this could make a world of difference.
Especially a close fight like this. It's a 4 round.
Yeah, let's see how that impacts the final result, because it looks like, for the most part, and we've done quite well with our predictions and trajectories as to how fights are going, as we call them. It looks like it'll go the distance.
Yeah, it's guys.
We can see Bernie Paleman there in the dressing room with his trainer, Siamtanda Wapela. And Wapela there warming up there. And as you said before, they got a guy like Bernie Paleman, seasoned man. He's traveled abroad with many top range boxers there. And he's going to catch pads.
Oh, he's actually one of the best trainers, one of the best captain in our country.
And in the other corner, Gibbon Impinga. And what's interesting is they fought before. Not a lot of people know this. This is a rematch. Obviously, Siamtanda Wapela won the first fight between the two, but this is going to be sort of a comeback fight.
Then go back to your corner.
Given
Impinga wanting revenge. But I have to say, while it was the cut to the fighters warming up, both the fighters got very stern warnings in their corners from the referee. Both got a talking to. So let's see if it's done anything to them.
I'm going to be interested. I see that Luko has come on the front foot. Oh, Boxer was turned.
I'm warning you.
Oh, this is a very last warning.
Otherwise, I'm going to disqualify you now. I'm warning you.
No, the referee did say stop, and he kept on punching.
Yeah, that's unfortunate because Mafula is on his very last warning now. He's got to be careful now, and he's got to box clean. Good left hook there from Luko Mabitsa.
Luko keeps on taking that long straight punches though when he walks in. No head movement, I don't know, his hands go down. But this must be the last warning right now.
What's encouraging is that right hand of Luko. You mentioned before he hasn't got a stoppage on his resume, but he does pack a good punch, especially in that right hand.
No, Stephen, like I said, I've seen him hit people and hurt people, but it's just not translating into the physical fight.
Yeah, it's got a minute and 45 left on the clock here, and it's better boxing here from Luko. He's getting in and out. You would have thought Tabang Mafula would be the guy, especially being a point taken away, and good left hook there from Tabang.
I see the corner of Luko shouting at him, attack, pressure, push. Maybe they see something.
Maybe they do, and he is doing what they are saying, but you can see that Tabang Mafula is on his bicycle as well. The pressure is a lot there from Luko. And you can see he's on the front foot. He always looks to set up the right hand. You know, that's his go-to. You see the jab and then the right sneaking through there.
No, definitely. He's just get a bit more head movement in there, not drop his hands when he throws his jab. That was a good clinch there from him as his opponent fell in. Both of them looking at the time. That was quite good.
That wasn't obvious. Yeah, but look, they both need to probably time the way they're going to end this fight. As I said before, 4 rounds looks like it will be in the books.
Yeah, and both of them look so tired. One solid punch might put the other either or over. It was Luca's turn to look at the time again.
You're going to get that clapper anytime soon for the last 10 seconds. I'm going to be interested to see how they react. Beautiful overhand right there from Luca. He doesn't want to hold now. He wants to go. I think that's 10 seconds left. There we go.
Stop holding his hand. I have to say, very sloppy fight. Not the fight we expected from a co-main event from these two guys. As I said, because I know Luca, I've seen him in sparring, I've seen him training. Normally looks much better than he did here tonight.
Next, that point that got taken away from Fula, I think is going to make a big difference in this one. I think that it's going to go down to the wire, but that points difference is going to make a difference.
In this last round, we didn't actually do anything. Luca was doing all the work. He was still throwing punches, but not doing enough. But yeah, that, like you said, that point deduction is going to be a big factor.
And up next, there we have Given Mpinga in the dressing room for the main event of the evening. He's catching pads with his trainer right there. So he's going to take on the undefeated Siamtando Wapela coming up, and they're excited for that main event.
It's going to be another great fight. The first one was a good one. It's going to be another one.
It's going to be another one, and ladies and gentlemen, we are stepping into that moment of the evening. Of course, we just went the distance again in this fight with Lukolo Babesa coming up against Tabang Mafula from the Northwest. Interesting, as it went 4 rounds that went the distance, and we have, of course, a close decision, I think, coming up. We're going to have to see how the judges have officially scored it. And we see that, of course, both corners are looking like they are nervous ahead of what is to come. Let's put it that way. I don't see too much confidence in either corner, Hex.
Yeah, I think Luco won the fight. I think maybe his coaches know that, but they know the performance was not what it's supposed to be. Fighting a guy who hasn't fought to us, what did you say, 2 years? 3 years, ring rusted. But yeah, it wasn't a good performance, but still, he gets, in my personal opinion, he gets the win. We'll hear what the judges say. Like I said, the opponent got a point deducted, which is going to be a big factor in a 4-round fight.
This is a long time for a 4-round scorecard to be coming out. You know, this is you usually expect this on a 12-round fight. We'd be sitting here, we'd be talking some commentary for the next 1 to 2 minutes, and then we'd be getting the official scorecard. But we've been made to wait here, which suggests to me that this is a close one.
Yeah, most definitely. Normally, when they take a bit of time, it's a close one. Let's see what happens. I think they're almost done now. We have clocks doing the counting up there. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we will see. But both boxers are eager and ready. They're in the center of the ring. They want to hear their official decision. Of course, great trainers, as I mentioned there. Charity Mukandili and of course Sean Ness in the corner there. Two good trainers. Of course, they've worked under impressive trainers. Charity's worked under Bernie Pellman. Sean Ness has worked under Colin Nathan. So these are good young trainers coming through the ranks.
Yeah, and Charity was a good fighter as well, and Sean was. As amateurs, they were both good. Yeah, but let's get to the result.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our bosses a big round of applause. After 4 rounds, this fight has gone the distance, and now we refer to the judges' scorecards. Judge Linda Kakeni scores this fight 36-39. Judge Rian Janse van Rensburg scores this fight 36-39. Judge Don Bench scores this fight 36-39. Your winner, by way of unanimous decision, is Lucolo! All action! Bye-bye! We're in the ring with the winner. His coach just giving him the final touches before he's on the screen. Well, while you're working on your zipper, just take me through your thoughts after that fight. Good one, went the distance. I feel like you could have won it via knockout earlier on in the fight, but that never came. How are you feeling?
I kind of feel the same, that if I put a little bit more pressure in the earlier rounds, I would have had him out of there. But you know, it happens. Yeah, I think we just go back to the gym. We work on a few more things, and then the next guy gets punished.
Right, I love how you said the next guy gets punished. Do you have an idea of who that next guy might be?
I really couldn't care less, man. Uncle Larry and Colin will pick, and I'll knock him down.
Anything you want to say to the people in the crowd? You had a lot of support from the corner and from some of the people in the audience.
Yeah, no, thank you for everyone who came out to watch me. We've got the guys from the amateur team there. I've got my family and my friends. Thank you to Sean, of course, pushing me through the paces every single day. Thank you to Colin and Larry for getting me to Ryan and Pat for coming to watch. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Next one will be a little bit better. I plan on committing a murder here.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, guys.
All right, thank you very much, Mokomotsi. After the break, we're going to catch up with a special interview with Boxing 5 Promotions promoter Larry Weinstein. We look forward to that one. And up next, we have the main event of the evening, Given Mpinga up against Siamthanda Wapela. We'll catch you after the break.
Up in lights, he just wants to be heard, whether it's the beat of the mic. He feels so unlike everybody else, alone, in spite of the fact that some people still think that they know him, but fuck him, he knows the code. It's not about the salary, it's all about reality and making some noise, making a story, making sure his click stays up. That means when he puts it down, Tox picking it up. 10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, 100% reason to remember the name. Fort Minor, M. Shinoda, Styles of Beyond, Ryu, Top Fear, Machine Shop.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the road to glory on Boxing 5 Promotions. I'm here with promoter Larry Weinstein. We must be very happy with what you're seeing so far.
Hayden, it's been unbelievable. I mean, the people have come out to support youngsters which having their first fight, and all I can say is what a show, what a crowd. You know, they do us proud, and all the other promoters must listen and look and see, putting on youngsters of debutants, one fight. Look at the performances they put up. I mean, we as Boxing 5, we're like proud fathers for what we produced here today.
One thing I like about this tournament is you kind of see which prospects want to put their hands up, which guys are most hungry to feature on future tournaments on Boxing 5 Promotions. Most certainly in your mind, you must already have a few eyes on some of the boxers that you've seen tonight.
Yeah, there were definitely some that we sort of penciled in before even this one. And some of them have been with us since December. And so they've been working with us, and you can see them. But you know, once some fighters get their first fight behind them, they're a different fighter next time. So it takes a few fights. But our aim is to get these youngsters 4 fights in the year, so they're out of the 4-rounders, and next year they're in the 6-rounders.
And of course, I love development boxing, but of course we have May 24 coming up as well. That'll be hosted at Carnival City. So it's the first time, obviously, Boxing 5 Promotions will be heading in that direction with a full-on international titles on the line. What do you make of that one?
You know, it's been absolute nightmare, because this tournament had to be put on, and 4 weeks later we got to put on an international tournament. But that's what keeps you young, you know. And the fighters are so keen and eager. And I mean, that one's going to be unbelievable with Katlego fighting for an IBF Inter-Africa Continental title. You've got Ish hoping to get a fight, and you've got Frank Sotomela that's going to be on, and then you've got Lerato Domini, world class, fighting a Philippine guy, and then you've got Sequence fighting a guy from Thailand, and then we got two other one 6-rounder, one 4-rounder. And one of the first debutants that were supposed to be on here tonight, he was unfortunately not able to fight because of a licensing issue. We're going to give the kid a chance on that tournament. Imagine how he's feeling.
Yeah, he must be. He must be been initially upset, but then he's extremely happy.
He's walking around smiling, and you know that's what it's about.
Right, I was going to get to Siamthanda Wapela, but we have been told that we are going to be heading over to the main event of the evening, which will feature Given Mpinga against Siamthanda Wapela. Let's head over to our ring announcer, Mokomotsi Sisetse.
Thanks, guys. Sorry, boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next fight is scheduled to take place over 6 rounds in the mini flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of Mabopane, Pretoria, Given Khabani Mpinga.
Right, and there we have the man on the screen, hungry for his rematch, Given Mpinga. He's going to want to come back against Siamthanda Wapela and show Wapela that the first fight didn't go his way, but he's ready to take it on the second time.
No, he wants revenge. He wants to show that it was a fluke, to say. But Joe, we'll see what happens.
What's with the athletes using WWE music? Because this is Randy Orton's song from the WWE.
Do you watch a lot of WWE? Do you know all these fighters? I'm just saying, I didn't know that. But thank you.
All combat sport.
Introducing his opponent, all the way from Umtata in the Eastern Cape, Siamthanda Wapela.
Well, here we have it, the main event of the evening, and his first main event, I think, from Siamthanda Wapela, is standing next to Frank the Tank Sotomela, and of course, his trainer, his head trainer, Bernie Pellman as well, will lead him out. Siamthanda Wapela's record is 3 wins, no losses, and a single draw. And of course, he got that draw in his last fight on a Boxing 5 Promotions. He's going to want to redeem himself here after that performance, and of course, show the fans that, you know, this is the real Siamthanda Wapela pitching up today.
Yeah, and he's talented. He's got a lot of talent. He's a good fighter. Good boxer, I should say. But yeah, let's see what he can show the crowd.
Your officials for this fight, starting with our judges. Judge Jaap van Nieuwenhuizen. Judge Tony Nyangiwe. Judge Tabos Bampool are all ringside for this fight. Your referee for this fight is Mfundo Mvadaba. Your timekeeper for this fight is Mr. Coleman Malefe. Your ringside doctors for this fight are Dr. Steven Saad and Dr. Steven Selepe. Ladies and gentlemen, the boxers are in the ring. It's time to get our main event on the road to glory. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, weighing in at 47.15 kgs, with a total career record of 3 fights, 1 win, 2 losses, no draws, and no knockouts. He's in the red and white trunks, Given Khabani Mpinga. His opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, weighing in at 47.2 kgs, with a total career record of 4 fights, 4 wins, no losses, no draws, and 2 knockouts. He's in the black and silver trunks, Siamthanda Wapela. Boxers, the ring is yours.
Boxers, we spoke at the changing room. Obey my commands at all time. Clean fight. May the best boxer win. Touch gloves.
Right, Right, and there we have it. The official referee instructions, of course, and for our main event, Road to Glory Boxing 5 promotions. And we got Simtanda Wapela against Given Mpinga in a rematch. And of course, just a correction, the Wapela 3 wins, no losses, and a single draw, which he had on the last Boxing 5 promotion. We'll see him make what he would like to have a comeback, and then you got Mpinga on the other hand, who'd want to make a comeback and get a win this time against Simtanda Wapela. Hickey Butler, welcome to the main event. Hope you've had a good night so far on Boxing 5 promotions card.
No, it's been exciting. I've been enjoying it. I've enjoyed every fight. Well, one fight, not so much, but I enjoyed the, the end result. Yeah, and these guys are good, both talented fighters, good fighters. One wants revenge, one wants redemption from his last fight, so it's going to be a good one.
It is going to be a good one, and that's what makes it interesting when you got stories in boxing. Stories create fights. And you see Mpinga as well. He's coming on the front foot, so sort of the aggressor in this instance is going to be Given. But of course, Wapela, we've always seen his boxing. He's very skillful. He's artistic. The last fight that he had, and I need to recall it, was against a guy that was just a brawler all over the place and made it extremely difficult for him. And this is more of a skillful, tight, technical matchup.
Yeah, this is the type of fight that he normally excels at. He counters and comes back with some good shots of his own. You know, his last fight, it was just, how can I say, it wasn't a brawl. His opponent was on him from the first round to the last round. It was a close fight, it was a good fight. It was a well-deserved draw for both the guys. It was an entertaining fight, but yeah, this is the type of fight that he needs to get back to to show what he can do.
And so far, even matchup here. You can see Given Mpinga, as I mentioned before, the aggressor, but also not just the aggressor, but you know, he's finding a way. And a solid defense there from Simtanda Wapela, and he has to be. Oh, beautiful setup for the left hook there. And Wapela catching a lot on the guards as well, so good defense on Wapela's side.
Oh, he's catching all those shots on the gloves and countering, coming back with clean shots. He's looking good so far. He's landing cleaner shots and then landing some good shots.
Nice shot downstairs to the body there from Wapela as well. He's got it, and he is covering up nicely there. And you can see just Given Mpinga trying there, but you know, Wapela going downstairs to the body. A game plan maybe of his coming in here, probably assessing it from the previous bout that they had as well.
Yeah, it might be because he's gone to the body with quite a lot of shots, especially that right to the body. You normally see right-handed fighters throw the left hook to the body, and he's throwing some right, and they're landing some. He's landing some good. A beautiful jab there from him.
Yeah, that was a feature when he first hit the scene, was that jab of Wapela. I remember watching him fight in Pretoria for his first fight. Nicely caught there. Nice jab again from Wapela. And that was one of the standout features that he had in his game. And, you know, since then, yes, it has been an evolution. And, you know, he is more, you know, clean-popping boxing. But what we've seen here is a demonstration from Wapela.
Especially with that jab, like you were just saying. It used to be one of his good weapons. He last fight didn't use it as much. He started using it again, yeah, and it's been landing beautifully, and it sets everything up for him.
I think also a mindset thing. We saw it earlier with the likes of Simnikiwe Bonko, where it just didn't go right for him on the night, and he got a draw. And you know, Simtanda Wapela on a different fight card got a draw. But if we look back at that whole night and how it played out, I don't know if you remember, Hicks, the opponent's gloves, there was an issue with it, and Wapela was sitting cold in the ring for about 5 to 10 minutes, probably deep in his thoughts. And I don't know if that plays a huge role, but certainly it looked like it on the night.
Yeah, it might really do, because you're not warmed up anymore. You know, you're jumping around in the ring, trying, but it's not the same as hitting pads and physically warming up right. But you don't know, you might be sitting thinking, yes, what's going on, why is it happening? It plays a big role on your mind.
You can see instruction being given by his trainer, Bernie Pellman. They're obviously very passionate about boxing as Bernie, and Wapela is one of his boxers, including the likes of Luyanda Ntwanambi, who's come back into the game as well. We saw that announcement the other day. So it's going to be very interesting times for Bernie as a head coach, and seeing his new stable sort of develop.
He's one of those guys, he's a good coach, and he's tough. He's tough, hard guy, but when he needs to be. He knows when to switch it on, when he needs to be harder on the guys and push them the right way, which makes a good coach.
I want to see the tactical sort of makeup, because Given Mpinga as well, he's a busybody. You know, he works, and it's going to keep Wapela nice and busy. It's going to be up to Wapela maybe to make the adjustments here, because you can see Mpinga, he's throwing the flurry, he's throwing the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2, and that's a go-to of his, and now he's jumping it up with a left hook. But a nice cover up there from Wapela, you know, catching, left hook from Wapela.
a very good clean shot. Another one there. There was some good shot. Body left hook and a left hook to the top.
Yeah, don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, Siamthanda Wapela's got 2 knockouts on his record, so he hits hard for a strawweight.
Yeah, especially being a mini fly, to get 2 knockouts, you have to have some power, especially this early in your career.
Yeah, and Wapela, of course, he said what he's aiming for is he wants to get to that SA title. So, you know, a good performance against Given Mpinga will go a long way for him, and he's looking great so far as he's just doing downstairs to the body.
And he's just not burning himself out, but yeah, and a good one to just get you up in the rankings, get your name noticed and seen, get you out there. And he's doing good work so far today.
Oh, we mentioned that body work being a feature nice and early on as a game plan. Oh, brilliant shot again from Wapela. Oh, brilliant Wapela again. He has his man hurt on the ropes. Siamthanda taking a break. He needs to go in. And oh, Given Mpinga fighting out of the corner. Beautiful work from Mpinga, managing to just survive for that moment. And there's that crisp jab again from Siamthanda.
Yeah, we were just saying that Wapela's left hook is so beautiful there. Those over it. Well, you can see they are hurting, but he's not. Oh, yeah, he's not like going down. He's like still there, still throwing punches. He's still got his mind still clear. He's still doing what he has to do to stay in the fight.
I must say, ladies and gentlemen, just so you know, this is the first and only 6-round contest of the evening. And Siamthanda Wapela, he's a calm and composed man. You know, he had his man hurt, but he's not the type of guy that's going to rush in there and make a mistake. You know, he is calculated. Of course, as you mentioned as well, Hex, you know, given some props there. He's hanging in there. He's a tough man.
And Given is better than his record suggests. 1 win, 2 losses. He's actually better than that. But yeah, and like you saw, he's taking some hard shots. He's still in there, still fighting back.
Well, it doesn't help if we have to fight Siamthanda Wapela twice. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, that's also true. Very, very true.
All right, so a much better round there, and Siamthanda Wapela looking himself again. I'll put it that way, Higgs.
Yeah, definitely. There's some highlights. Oh, there's that beautiful left hook that started it all.
Yeah, and that was the feature there, Higgs, was him digging into the body, and Given Mpinga was struggling there, and then he went over the top. You know, as soon as Mpinga's guards dropped, Wapela went over the top there, and he had his man hurt there in the corner, Higgs.
Yeah, most definitely. You have to be able to taking those type of shots and look clean shots. But there he is, fighting back. He's getting some good advice from Bernie. Keep your hands up and throw those shots over and under. But I have to say, we're looking at Mpinga when he walked to his corner, sitting, look at his face there. He does not look too happy.
Yeah, I just don't know. He looked like that the body work was really starting to get to him in that round. I'll be very interested to see what sort of approach he takes, because although we did see him advancing, it looks like Wapela's now the guy on the front foot, and he's looking to press the pace.
Yeah, definitely. We'll see what he does in this round. But at the end of the round, when he walked to his corner, it looked like defeated.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting sort of look and feel, especially amongst the ratings and the strawweights, you know, whoever wins here and what it means for them on the next step. Because there is a lot on the line with regards to this fight. Obviously, everyone first, before they get to any international titles, they should aspire to become a national champion. And let's see how these two fare in this one and look to advance.
Yeah, most definitely. And I have to say, Mpinga is showing some good fire.
Keep Wapela busy. And, you know, make sure that Wapela doesn't get a chance to set, because as soon as Wapela sets, he can do something like that, and there's a destructive right hand there, and obviously causing Mpinga a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but Wapela must remember what you said the previous round, what started those body shots. There he threw one, but it was the body shots who started the damage from getting into that body, left hooks and overhand rights after you've thrown those body shots. He's doing it better now.
So Hex, I'm going to give you like a little technical analysis that you can maybe give us. And when your man is hurt to the body, what is the best tactic to do now when you see and visibly know that he's hurt there?
Well, throw a few punches to the head, get his, good right hand there from, but get his hands back up. Get his hands up and then work the body again. Oh, he's taking some good overhand right. Yeah, but do something different. Change the angle, because if you hurt the guy somewhere, he's going to block it. His hand's going to cover that. Hit where he's open till he opens up where you want it to be open.
I feel like he's listening to you, because he literally, as you said, he must go upstairs to bring the hands up. That's exactly what happened. Given's hands are starting to come up again, because now he's worried about that overhand chopping right that Wapela's busy delivering, and you can see Wapela's utilizing it and then went downstairs again.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he needs to do. If he keeps on going like this, will Mpinga keep on wanting to fight? Because he didn't look happy in the end of the last round. Looked better in the start of this round, but it's going back to Wapela taking over.
Oh, and again, Wapela just digging in, and when digging deep there, just knocking the gas tank off. Given we have 3 rounds officially in the books, and Siamtanda Wapela and Given Mpinga have seen halfway through this fight officially now. At the halfway point, we start to really see a little bit more about what the boxes are about, because everyone can start off really good, and you know, the round 1, round 2, round 3 look amazing, but now here's where the sort of at least the younger champions can display a little bit more of their skill sets.
Yeah, definitely. And as it's gone on, you can see who everyone expected to be the better fighter of the two. That's Wapela. That's why he's the one that they're talking about as a future, like you said, driving up the rankings, going for the SA title. We'll see if it continues. He's looking good so far.
Yeah, it's interesting, Hex. I saw you had a peer over at Given Mpinga's corner. You wanted to maybe assess how he's looking, and it does look like he is breathing heavily still.
No, then if you see Luke, he's talking to his coaches, doesn't look too happy. He looks like a guy that's still there to fight. Definitely, he's got a fighter's heart. Let's see what he can give.
Nice jab over there from Wapela. Poking it again, double jab right, just missing with the right hand, but landing with the jab. The thing with Wapela, he's doing nice movements there. Like, a lot of the punches are deliberate to set up other punches. He doesn't go in 100% on his power. He sets it up, and there's Given Mpinga. You know, there he is. He's a very good straight puncher. Mpinga 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. You know, it's a simple game plan.
No, but it's just as if, good over and right there. But it's just he throws the same, but he can't. It's as if he can't sustain it. Like, he's on back foot again, throws 1-2, and then he stops, back foot again. Doesn't want to do too much.
Yeah, and I think it's more of a case of he can't. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I think he's getting hurt, and he's feeling the fatigue as well. I think he would love to do a little bit more, but I just don't see him having the right minerals right now, Hex.
Yeah, and Wapela keeps on making him miss. Right. Moving his head out of the way, blocking with his hands. His defense has been very good in this fight so far. And to go forward like that, like he is for this, and getting hit with counters, it's not fun. Believe me, it's really not fun.
And in this as well, you've got the outside boxing, but you'd almost feel like Wapela would be more comfortable where he is now, which is right. I mean, he is a range boxer, but you know, Mpinga's not really forcing it. You see Wapela most of the time that's putting on the pressure, which leads me to suggest that Wapela is very comfortable right now.
Yeah, Wapela is counter punch. He stands and waits for but I think if he goes forward more, I think he can do good left or good better work if he pushes the pace a bit in this fight. Mpinga just does not seem like he wants to really be there. He's still fighting, still throwing some punches, but if you look at his breathing, his mouth's wide open, taking deep breaths the whole time. Wapela is still looking so smooth, so calm, hands up, blocking beautifully, still boxing, throwing good shots. He just looks like a superior fighter at the moment.
The experience there for Wapela, they're just leaning on the back there of already tired Mpinga as well. That's only going to make it rest. But one thing that Wapela is doing is he's beating his man to the jab, you know, and it's upsetting the rhythm of Mpinga.
Yeah, and those jabs have been beautiful. And those body shots, but his jabs have been absolutely phenomenal. They've been landing clean and crisp every single time.
Oh, he's hurt. Mpinga's hurt, but there's only 10 seconds left on the clock here, so he's got to survive these last 10 seconds.
I think he just picks up the pace a little bit. He should be able to get a stoppage because every shot he's throwing that lands is hurting.
He is. You know, there's venom in those punches of Siamtanda Wapela. And what we're seeing is a much more polished performance. I know it's not what we're seeing is a tough man in the form of Given Mpinga. I mean, these shots that Wapela is landing here, they are paying dividends.
Yeah, most definitely. Oh, look at those left hook, over and right combos are beautiful. But Joy, it's the fight he needed after his last fight, I think. He came in the last fight as the favourite, as the guy that's going to explode, and he got a draw. His opponent did very well in that fight. They were surprised, all of us. But Joy, it's a fight he needs. It's someone he's already beaten, who said he's come here for revenge. He's not showing anything in order to get revenge at all, but he's still in there fighting, and it's good for Wapela to get these rounds and look this good.
Yes, indeed it is. And round number 5 is underway now, and we're seeing Wapela looking to. I mean, he's extremely fit, Tex. I mean, he's looking like he's still in round 1. You know, I haven't seen an ounce of stepping back from him. Really good camp he must have had coming into this one.
Yeah, he looks a short over and right there. But like I said, with a coach like Carl, you know you're going to be ready and fit. He works, but he knows how to push the guys, when to push them, and get them to work.
Well, that's the one thing as well. You can see that there's intensity there, and Kevin Ping has found a burst of energy as well. He's looking to come forward and really put on some, what I'd say is minimal pressure, but it's pressure nonetheless.
Yeah, he's still there, still throwing punches, still working, still fighting. He's still wanting to do something. I don't think he's doing enough to win any rounds or any exchanges, really. But he's still in there, still working.
And the opponent's just standing off. Wapela feinting nicely, you know, drawing his man, seeing what his man is about when the feint comes in, how he's reacting. I feel like Wapela is obviously going to look to go upstairs, go downstairs again. I like his arsenal. He's definitely showing more of his skill set this time around. I just believe, from what I'm seeing, is, you know, mentally coming into this fight a much better position than he was in the last.
Yeah, most definitely. I think in the last one he thought he was just going to walk in there and get another knockout stoppage victory. I thought that's what he thought. But his opponent came there ready to throw everything at him, and his opponent did. But yeah, if you can see the way he fights, he's a very polished school boxer. He knows what he's doing in there.
And of course, the Brawl Gear gloves that all the boxers have worn today, of course, a feature here at the Box Camp on Boxing 5 Promotions, and holding up really well. Referee giving a warning there to give him a finger. He doesn't want to see holding, he wants to see a fight here.
Yeah, he was pushing his upper into Wapela the whole time. Oh, good punches. I think he'll turn front a little bit. I don't know how Finger will react to that. The punch he's landing is hurt, they hurt, most definitely.
And I can see a big right hand there from Samtanda Wapela there. And given, you know, he's in, he's out, but so far every round, Samtanda Wapela.
Yeah, I understand, mate. Every round he's landing the better shots, cleaner shots. Binga's still fighting. He's fighting out of the corner through some body shots. He's trying, but he's not landing anything. Everything is short, just too short, or hitting on the gloves, and then he's being countered like that.
Good technical boxing there. Wapela getting under the jab there. Beautiful jab on his end there from Wapela again. And again, he's just meeting his man every single time, you know. All right, so well, we have 5 rounds officially in the books. Hicks, the fight so far, it's been a bit of one-way traffic, let's put it that way. You know, Samtanda Wapela is doing extremely well today, putting on a bit of a boxing clinic, I'll put it that way.
No, we expected a bit more fireworks. Like we said, we thought that there was going to be like a revenge something, that's what he was saying. But yeah, no, Wapela's just been too good. But it's just looked so good that it's not been the fight we expected.
Well, there's the corner of there. He's going to see of this fight. He's going to have a burst of energy. He's going to have to throw everything in this one. That's the route that one can see for him. But of course, Samtanda has looked untroubled for the entirety of this bout.
Yeah, most definitely. He's just one from the first round, just taken over and just on the same pace, just boxing behind his beautiful jab and winning the rounds convincingly.
Well, let's see what happens in round number 6. Every round tells a different tale. So will this one tell the same tale as the rest of the fight, or will it be a little bit more adventurous?
We're hoping it's a bit more adventurous. Like, well, see, Wapela, he's winning so far that you think you want to pick it up a bit and try and get the stoppage, try and get a knockdown maybe. But then again, you also don't want to take the risk of walking into a good shot and getting knocked out yourself, where you know a guy like Mpinga needs to throw everything he has to win.
I was going to ask you that question, but I'm glad you went into there, because that's literally the situation that they find themselves in. For Mpinga, he's got to go. You know, he's got no option. Even though he must be tired, he needs to pull on every reserve he has to try and come at Wapela here. And Wapela, he can just cruise here from this point onwards. I don't think he does need to take an unnecessary risk. But of course, in the game of boxing, sometimes you want to be a bit more sensational. You need to put away the guys on this level, and let's see how he reacts.
No, that's true. See, you want to show, look what I've landed all the shots. I can't stop my opponent. But I think he's clever enough to not want to try and throw away. Some guys do that. Some guys don't. He's boxing beautifully. He's making his opponent miss. He's letting him. Why take the risk? Saying that, me personally, I would try and take the risk. That's the way I was. But yeah, there he got landed on himself with over and right. I don't think it hurt him, but he must always be aware of that.
Step back.
Yeah, I think he's shown awareness in this fight. Like, he can't afford to switch off at this point, because, you know, the way he's boxed so far, it has been a very polished, clean performance from Wapela. It would be a real inconvenience for him should he let it slip at this stage when it's been such a wide sort of points margin that we're at least predicting Hex.
Almost definitely, and doing the job he is doing at the moment in the sense that he's a boxer. It has happened before where guys have won every round in that one shot. Just that one shot ends it. Can happen at any time, no matter the weight division, no matter the size, no matter how good the opponent is. It can happen.
But you know what, Hex, as well, like, in saying that, you know those guys that really deliver that 12th round knockout, they've shown a lot more hunger than a guy like Kevin Mpinga, who's just not showing that hunger that he wants to. Like you see some of the guys overseas in particular, they just give it all, and they could be losing every single round, getting smashed to pieces, but you always know they got that one punch.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. And the way he was moving out of the corner of the previous movement, he just like, can I'll just ring now. I just want to go the distance. I want to finish this fight off. Look at his face. He's just happy that he went the distance in this fight, I think.
Yeah, he got to go back and reassess, and Wapela obviously must be happy with his performance. Clean boxing from Siamtanda Wapela, and I'd be very, very, very surprised if it doesn't go to him.
No, I think there'd be a boycott if it didn't. No, he won every round. In my personal opinion, every single round clean and convincing.
Well, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We've had all the fights officially on the tournament here on Road to Glory. It's been a great night of boxing, Hex. Seeing the next generation, so to speak, the next upcoming boxers in the game. Obviously, it's good to see something a bit different. We've always had development tournaments on Boxing 5 promotions, but I call this one, and I told Larry Wainsey, this is a pure development, because we're not seeing a 10-rounder, we're not seeing a title fight on the line, just seeing young boxers coming through, and that's what a development tournament is.
No, that's sometimes what guys like these need. They need these tournaments to get their fight themselves out there, to get them seen, and to get fights. A lot of guys wait a year or 2 years to be able to fight, because there is no fights, no tournaments like this happening. We need more of them, and I'm happy that it is happening.
While I got you here, and we got a little bit of time before the judges dish out their scorecards to the ring announcer, what is your thoughts if you had to pick a fight on the night? What has been your, or maybe a performance of the night? Let's go there.
Well, I don't know. There was a few. We've got, like, Bonga was great. He showed that what he can do. The two brothers, both of them did exceptionally well. I don't know. I think it was one of our first two fights.
He's definitely performed well tonight, and he's back, we're assuming, to winning ways. Let's have a look at some of that fight action from him. Beautiful chopping overhand right there, then going downstairs to the body. The body work of Wapela early on in the fight, Nicky, that's what made him stand out. I thought maybe round 5 and 6 could have been investing a little bit more, but maybe Mpinga was just covering up and made it a little bit more difficult for him. But at the end of the day, you can't complain about a win.
That was definitely, he did what he had to do to win. Did enough to win, in our opinion. But yeah, he did what was needed, and he got the work done.
course, as you can see in the far right-hand corner of the ring there, you can see promoter Larry Weinstein as well. So I'm sure there's going to be some announcement that comes from him, and he'll be sitting down, standing rather, with Moses Sisete to discuss something at the end of this tournament. The referee is summoning both boxers to the ring. Let's get the official scorecards from our ring announcer, Mokgomotsi Sisete.
Thank you, Hayden. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give our boxers a big round of applause. After 6 rounds, this fight has gone the distance and referred to the judges' scorecards. Judge Japfa Nieuwenhuizen scores this fight 56-58. Judge Tony Nyangiwe scores this fight 56-58. Judge Tabos Pampul scores this fight 56-58. Your winner by unanimous decision is Siyamthanda Waphela. While Siyamthanda is taking pictures in the ring, I just wanted to remind everybody that we might not have a fight of the night tonight, but we have nominated one fight that will be acknowledged by our organizer and the leader of Boxing 5, Mr. Larry Weinstein. Ken Mpendulo Msimanga and Magabandile Khata make their way to the ring. Right, so let's get in for the interview with our winner, Siyamthanda. Quite the entourage here in the ring with you. How do you feel to have won this fight? You faced this fighter before, same result. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling strong, right? And the boxer is strong, yeah.
How did that fight affect how you prepared for this one?
What I prepared this one is like a little bit tricky because I was prepared for another boxer. So suddenly changed. Then I fought with this guy now. So I was prepared, I was ready. I wouldn't have much to say.
Well, everyone knows your quality. Congratulations on the win.
Thank you, boss.
Right, we're joined in the ring by our organizer and the leading man behind Boxing 5. He's got a prize in his hands. I'm just going to hand him the microphone so he can say his closing remarks before we hand over to the commentary team.
Thanks very much, Mo. Thank you, everyone, for coming out and supporting us. To these two fighters who put on a great show, all the fighters put on a great show. But we picked out one fight that stood out. That was the first fight. We're giving each one of them another 1,000 Rand as a prize money. Thank you very much.
For promotions, and Heki Butler, how did you enjoy tonight's boxing?
Oh, it was fun. We had some good knockouts, some good close fights. It was entertaining, some good talent on the up from South African boxing. So I enjoyed it. I loved it. I love boxing. You know me.
Yeah, you do, and we love calling, obviously, the next generation of fights. Of course, we did have some standout fights, and I think Mpendulo as well, who got announced in the ring, obviously got featured there. The first bout of the evening, there was a very competitive fight, so congratulations to him on his extra income there. But of course, some big winners tonight, as the return of Simnakiwe Bonko as well, getting a big win. Liam Fox really looked great tonight.
Because the Kalengu brothers.
Kalengi brothers.
They look exceptional.
They did. The Kalengi brothers really look good tonight, both getting stoppage wins. And of course, there is Emmanuel Kalengi in the background of the shot right there. But we would just like to thank everyone for tuning in and obviously enjoying tonight's show. We'll see you again on the 24th of May on Boxing 5 Promotion.